All right, everybody, welcome out to the Lagerham Guys Craft Beer Show. It is Tuesday, November the 26th, 2024. Jersey Johnny coming at you with me, as always, is none other than Mr. Beer Samurai. Say hello, Mr. Samurai.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out the chord progression for the opening. Okay.
I think it's in high N.
N. Okay.
And so it's an N. Yeah.
So it's N Y.
W. Yeah.
Yeah. W. Yeah, it's W. Mm-hmm. And Y W.
And then it goes into X.9 for the chorus.
Okay, so the chord is X.9 E and pi. Gotcha.
Pretty much, yes. Actually, I don't know what it is. We'll have to text Harry Lugnuts and find him. But
I'll figure it out. My bass is sitting right over there. Okay.
Well, we could do that too. There you go.
I'm not going to may not do it during the show, but
it's just true. How are you on this fine evening, sir?
I'm here. Puppy's here. Puppy was in her house the whole time, kind of napping, and then the show began, and she's like, "I want to be part of the show. I want to be part of the show.
There you go. Well, we've had pups on the show.
Come here. Come.
No, just your tail. Are you sure it's a dog, or is that your tail?
This is a pupper.
Yeah, that's the pup. There you go.
That's the pupper.
He just wanted to make sure you all understood that it was not his tail coming out of his leg, actually. So.
No, that is the puppy.
Is that true?
Hi, Lucy. Say hi to everybody.
Hi, Lucy.
Say hi.
All right. So, how is Lucy on this fine evening?
She was sleeping in her house. We started the show, and then she got up. I think it's because I was singing along to the music, and she came out and threatened to bite me if I didn't stop.
There you go. All right. It is our annual. It's our fifth annual, to be exact. Holiday beer show.
Our fifth annual.
I'll put that graphic up again once we bring our guest, one of several tonight, but our main guest, if you will, the one that'll be on the whole show. I'll put it up again, but it's our fifth annual holiday beer show. We kick off the holiday season tonight. Obviously, everybody does this week, right? It's Thanksgiving week.
Yep.
But we got
the parade's over, but we are not going to.
No, not at all. But we got a couple of other holidays to talk about before we actually do the show.
We do.
All right. So, happy World Olive Day.
I thought we were going to wait till the guest was on.
Oh, we can wait. Do you want to wait till the guest is up? Let's just bring the guest on then.
Let's just bring him on.
All right. So it was actually kind of on when we came out of the.
So and then you dumped him.
And then I dumped him, and now here he is again. Please welcome to the show for our annual holiday show. We don't do anything holiday, whether it's Christmas in July or this annual holiday beer show or anything cocktail. You know, you get it. He's our co-host on the And a Chaser podcast. Beer Whisperer, Whiskey Whisperer, all around good guy, Mr. Tom Mulvihill. How are you?
Hey, thanks, guys. What's going on?
Not much. Say hi, Lucy.
Hi, Lucy. How the heck are you? You're gorgeous.
She can't hear you, and she doesn't understand English. So
there you go. And we already have a couple. We already have a couple of comments. Rod J. Beer Venture says, "Cheers, my friends. Cheers, Rod."
Well, we don't have beer to say cheers yet.
We'll cheers you back in momentarily. And he also said, "Happy Thanksgiving." Happy Thanksgiving right back to you, Rod.
Hey, yeah, you have a great turkey today, Rod.
Doug Smith. Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Happy Thanksgiving, Doug. And Rod just called us three wise men. I don't know that.
Manny, Mo, and Jack, right? Or is that Larry, Mo, and Pearly?
Larry, Mo, Curly, Manny, Mo, Jack.
Rod's been drinking heavily already. Okay.
All right. So there you go. All right.
Speaking of drinking heavily.
You know what? Before we actually go to those other holidays, let's pour our beers. Let's pour our first beer.
Let's do that. Can I give a little introduction to mine first?
Please.
Well, I just wanted to show my new glass.
Oh, you just.
Oh, I like it. So I do have a little introduction because you guys know what I typically do. I never really have anything specifically holiday. I never have that anchor that everybody else has, and I almost always do nothing but local stuff. I'll almost always do nothing but local, but I'm changing the game this year because I picked this one up while we were in Cincinnati because I was never able to get this in my neck of the woods. So I've got this classic.
Oh, look what he's got there, John. He's got the favorite rocket fuel.
See, I'm changing the game, baby. I'm changing the game.
I almost had one of those tonight, but I didn't. So there you go.
So it is at 11%. That uses cherries, I guess. The yeast is a spicy Belgian yeast. Yes.
Okay, sweetie.
But I can't get this one. So when I, it was September when we were there, and I wasn't really thinking Christmas beer. And I thought, you know what? I need to buy this because I'm going to want it at some point.
There you go.
Oh, sweetie.
So let me pour for you.
Please pour away.
Oh my God, that beer is gorgeous. So I assume you guys have had this beer, right?
Oh,
yep. And we've had many iterations of it. And
yeah, it's just not something that gets to my neck of the woods.
And your lighting's not doing it justice because it really is like a nice garnet color.
It's a very, very pretty beer. Yes, it
is. It's looking very dark brown right now. So
hang on, I'm going to change my lighting real fast.
No, that's okay. But
good. See what you do. See what you do.
I know. I made him go crazy.
It's my own sorry.
Crazy. Okay.
It was that you brought it up.
Sweetie, why don't you go back to go rest?
Oh, I wish I didn't do that, though.
The problem is this dog, I think, is an alkie. She tries to get into the recycle for the beer cans. And she will.
There you go.
That's the color. She won't let you drink a beer in peace.
There you go.
She's either that or very worried about my liver.
Speaking of drinking beer in peace, what are you drinking?
All right, let me show you that. Oh, yeah. See, that's better. Look at that.
There you go. There's the collar.
And I got notice the Christmas glass.
You're all seasonal and shit. Look at you.
Notice the Santa shirt.
He's all festive. Man.
I've got holly wrapped around my balls.
We did not need to know that. And
his Christmas balls are decorated already. It's Christmas.
Oh, I was wondering if he had hired someone.
I have mistletoe hanging from my zipper.
That's how he attracted Holly.
All right.
Do you know the story behind holly mistletoe and how they became associated with Christmas and how it's just really wrong that they're associated with Christmas?
No, I really don't.
So it's the whole pagan thing with the Tannenbaum and all that. And what they are is they're symbols of life, mistletoe and holly, where mistletoe is, and not just life, but propagation of life, where mistletoe is representative of the female reproduction and mistletoe, the male reproduction. And if you think of the color of the berries, it's going to make you understand what we're talking about here. Gotcha. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we know. Now
you know. And there we go. Now I've just ruined Christmas decorations for you.
There you go. I forgot it. So what are you drinking there, Samurai?
So what I've decided to do is because these things, oh boy, someone's really, really needy right now. What I've decided to do is I decided to dip into some older stuff, and we leave that hat alone. Okay. And I've gone into an Anchor Christmas here, but I went. I went with my 2011. This is the oldest one in my inventory right now.
Right.
And so I didn't want to let this sit much longer. It's already been sitting for over 13 years. So I'm going to see what this is going to do out of I've just beheaded R2D2 so I can drink this beer.
There you go.
I've got to get the dog off the desk, sweetie. Oh, she's going to rip the headphones off my head if she keeps this up. She's got to be wrapped around it. Headphone wires and needy dogs do not mix. Okay, there we go. You stay on that side. I'll keep the headphone wires over this side.
There you go.
Why don't you go lay down?
Yeah. How is it?
It's not bad. Not bad at all.
It's 2011, right? You brought up.
Yeah, 2011. It's got some nice. It has developed some cola flavors, as one would expect.
As I told you, so that beer is 13 years old.
Yep, 13 years old. I mean, the chocolate flavors are really pronounced now.
Yeah, and I mean, I've said it before on the show. Usually, just around the holidays, and you know the story well.
Yeah.
Whatchamacallit, we had a vertical of Anchor Christmas back 11 years ago, 2013, and the best one of the bunch, and it was a vertical from 96 all the way through 2013. So it was an 18-year vertical. The best one of all of them was 98, so it was 15 years old. That was the best one. Even the fresher ones, 98 was the best one. Held up the best. I mean, I can't give you tasting notes. I just remember that it was the best because it was 11 years ago. So
this is giving me like chocolate cola and pine tree.
there you go. That sounds about right for that beer.
Yeah, so that's working nicely. A lot of the spicing has died off a little bit.
There you go. All right.
But I gotta say, I'm enjoying it.
There you go.
Now, just a word of caution to everybody, and because John questioned why I was starting with this beer, but I'm starting with a flavor profile up here, and I'm just shooting up because not shooting up. Don't think of it that way. Just going up the flavor profile.
Shooting up. Please don't do that. Anyway, that's not that kind of show, Dave. So
No.
Kind of show,
Hey,
man.
we got a new podcast coming.
No, we don't.
Excuse me. Why are you barking at me?
Because you're ignoring her.
That's probably why. Trying to ignore her. It's really hard to ignore her.
There you go. All right. I need to take a sip. So my beer.
You need to take a what?
I need to take a sip.
Oh, okay.
So,
What are you drinking, John?
all right. So as everybody knows, I do. I have my Sierra Nevada Celebration. That's my favorite beer this time of year. We've waxed nostalgic about it. We've talked upfront about it. We've talked about it a lot. But I always, for years, the first one that I had was always on Christmas morning after I get the turkey in the oven. While the
Thanksgiving morning.
Right? Did I say Christmas morning? I'm sorry.
You did say Christmas morning.
I did. I'm sorry. Thanksgiving morning. Yes. So 2 days from now. Anyway, but I changed that a few years ago for this show when doing the holiday beer show. So I had my first one today, and then my second one was Christmas. Oh, I said it in Thanksgiving morning. Anyway, I'm looking at this hat on my head and the decorations. So yeah, there you go.
And the seasonal creep is entering John's brain.
It's entering. Yes. Anyway, so what I decided to do now is I am having a Sierra Nevada, but I'm having last year's Sierra Nevada.
Oh, there you go.
And I will go back to that tradition of having the first of this year's batch on Thanksgiving morning, but I still have one on the show, so I'm having last year's. So there you go. So let me put that up, and it is indeed last year's can.
Very nice.
I was thinking about this too. I have a bunch going back to 2017 or 2018. I'm going to do my own vertical, and I'm actually going to write a post. I'm going to write an article about it too. But I put it in proper glassware. There you go. Dave's not looking.
That is not proper glassware.
That's proper glassware for me anyway. It's very, very pretty beer, though. Take a look at that.
This is proper glassware for me.
There you go. So cheers, gents. Happy Thanksgiving.
Cheers. And cheers to Rod. Cheers to Doug.
Sláinte.
Sláinte.
There you go. And yes. Cheers to them. I got a bunch of comments. Let me throw them up really quick. Here we go. So we had, the Three Wise Men. Then Rod says they're all Rod. Tom, very nice. Mad Elf is a fan favorite for sure.
Yeah.
Yes.
Better Mad Elf base or Grand Cru variant. We can, Tom, have you had the Mad Elf Grand Cru variant?
I have not. No, this is the only one I've had. It doesn't come to my neck of the woods. I was able to find it in Cincinnati on our way home.
Gotcha. I like Mad Elf, but the Grand Cru is pretty damn.
Grand Cru is better.
Pretty damn good. Yeah.
Well, they blend a couple of years together for that.
Oh, that's nice.
Which smooths it off a little bit.
Which is what I do all the time, and I'll get a sixer every year of Mad Elf.
When you say smooths it out, I mean this had 11%. Is incredibly easy drinking.
Yeah.
Really
interesting.
Oh yeah, I mean this is beautiful. There is no boozy notes at all.
Did you drink some kerosene before you put that in?
No, he had Malort. He was drinking Malort.
Oh, that's what it was.
Oh no, you will never catch me drinking Malort. That tastes like smelly feet and sadness.
I love Malort. As a matter of fact, I was on their website today. They have a Christmas sweater out.
There's nothing boozy about this beer, man. I'm not sure what I'm tasting that, or what you guys had that I'm not having. This goes down easier to Tijuana hooker, man.
But the sweater says Malort across the front. On the back, it says, "This is the year I fight Santa." So
That's funny. Okay, so Tijuana hooker.
Back to the Tijuana hooker.
Gotta love it.
He's got holly wrapped around his nuts. She's attracted to the mistletoe.
Exactly.
His balls, and now he's got a Tijuana hooker.
All right. So I will tell you. I'm gonna have to get Tom. I'm assuming that's this year's. I'm gonna have to get. One. Well, I haven't gotten it yet, but I'll get my sixer this year. Normally, what I do is I drink one or two, right? So I'll have the fresh ones, right? But I say I age them. I sit on them I have a couple that are actually 2 or 3 years old right now. So
okay,
they always mellow out.
I bought this in September at Jungle Gyms in Cincinnati. So it's likely it's probably last year's.
Yeah, maybe, but with seasonal creep, I think it was available in May.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. All right.
I'm kidding. No, it could be last year's, and that could be why it's nice and smooth for you.
Yeah.
Because
it's gorgeous.
a year
amazing.
does wonders to that beer. Year does wonders to that beer.
Fresh, the thing will scald the inside of your mouth.
100%.
Oh, really? This is beautiful, man. I'm telling you. I mean, watch this.
We've seen you drink a beer before. This is not that.
I'm just saying that there's no boozy face. There's no grimace. If it's rough, there is nothing. This thing goes down smooth, man.
We have seen you drink straight bourbon and not make a face, so that's not proving anything, Tom.
I'm Irish. What can I say?
Tom, over the winter, we're actually going to do a Malort and Everclear show.
Yes, we.
Oh, there we go. All right.
On the Anna Chaser.
On the Anna Chaser podcast, yeah. No, I'm kidding. I kid. Rod also said Tom coming in with all of the ho-ho-hos.
One of the hoes is named Holly.
One of the hoes is named Holly, right?
One of them is from Tijuana.
I've got another Christmas shirt that says, I do it for the hose.
Here he goes. And he said, shooting up the YouTube algorithm just flagged the show.
There we go.
Okay. And Rod's correct with this one. He said, it's the Giants logo that's causing confusion for Johnny. 100%. If I couldn't find my regular Santa hat, and this was readily accessible, so hey, I went with it. Sorry.
You just nipped me, didn't you?
I did not. It was not me. That must have been the dog or Tom
or Wendy or Holly. Sorry,
or Holly. Not Wendy. Wendy.
Or Mallory.
Mallory, yes, Mallory. I love Mallory.
That was a typo on Malort.
That was great. Doug Smith's cracking a 2024 Old Fezziwig he picked up in Rhode Island.
Beautiful.
I still got to get my my 6.
I don't want to tip my hand. I don't want to tip my hand, Douglas, but I got one coming up next.
I got a case of it last year, and I do have 4 left from last year. So I think I'm only going to get maybe 2 6-packs of it. I'm not going to buy it. I'm not going another case. I got too much beer. Doug is getting a shot of Malort now, or Mallory. I can't tell. Oh no, it's Malort.
The wife found my hat.
There you go. We can't see it because it's on the back of your head. There you go.
There you go. To Doug, when I get back to Cincinnati in a few days, he needs to try Old Fezziwig. Absolutely, Rod. You got to get Old Fezziwig. You got to get it. And then he also said Trogs had Mad Elf out early. He believes so. It's very possible it is.
Oh, okay.
So you have to check. There's a there's a date on the label somewhere, or it's on the 6. So you should be able to find it, but don't go nuts now.
It's hard to read. I'm going to put it up to the screen. Maybe you can freeze frame it at some point. I can't tell if it says Precious by 0727 of 23 or 25. It's really hard for me to tell.
It's definitely 2. No, it's definitely 25.
25?
Yeah, it can't be 23 because that beer would be 4 or 5 years old right now.
That would make sense.
Where would it say it? I don't see.
Right there in the red. It's Precious by.
It is hard.
It's hard to read. I'm just going based on the fact that it would be 4 or 5 years old if it said 2-3.
Yeah.
So.
Alrighty.
Anyway, all right. Moving on. All right.
That would make sense. Yes.
It is our holiday beer show. We do have a couple of holidays to get to before we talk about the glowing one in front of us 36 hours from now. And then the first one is Happy World Olive Day.
Now, when we started the show, Tom forgot that it was the beer show, and he was wearing his cocktail because it's just so with the three of us, he thought it was an Anna Chaser show, so he had his cocktail shirt, and it had an olive on it.
And olive on it.
I love that. I love that shirt, by the way.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
shirt. Absolutely love that shirt.
And if you don't wear it,
I'm actually going to buy. I actually saw it, but there's other colors. I'm not going to get the same one you have, Tom. I'll get one of the other colors, but
you need to wear that on the next Anna Chaser show.
100%.
We could be twinsies, John.
I could do that too. There we go. I'm looking forward to that show next week too.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Hopefully, I won't get called into work again.
Because we're really interested to see what you came up with. We know you've already posted up your holiday Manhattan, so we don't know if you're using that or you come up with something else for the show.
Oh, I got something different. Yeah.
Okay, good. Because I've got something that has been in development. I've made it. It's
been in the R&D department.
It's been in R&D for a while. Okay.
Yep, and it's gone through. I think I've made 6 batches of it so far, and it's had one little tweak to it, and all that's left is for the show would be to add the what you call it to it, the little things that make it pretty.
Garnish.
That's it, garnish.
Garnish.
Just like my wages.
There you go.
So there'll be a lot. So we'll see. I got an idea of how to garnish it. So that coming up. But
there you go.
Back to beer.
Back to beer. All right. Then we also have. It is National Cake Day.
It is
National Cake Day for those who celebrate.
What's that? Short skirt, long jacket.
That's short skirt, long jacket. I like Never There better. Never There is my.
I just love the bass line from Short Skirt, Long Jacket.
Never There's my favorite cake song. So
I don't think that's the cake they're talking about, though. But it might be.
It might be. Yeah, did you check it? It's not there yet.
So the dog is now over there licking beer bottles.
licking its Holly.
Licking the beer bottles clean, and it's gonna. Hey, Lucy.
Jingle bells.
Leave that alone. You're gonna knock
jingle ball, jingle ball, jingle ball
rock. And that's the body. That's the bottle that I'm sending to Kevin Spaghetti. So he doesn't want dog slobber all over.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've got 3 bottles of it, but he's getting the one with the dog slobber.
He's getting the one with the dog slobber. There you go. And it's also Happy Casablanca Day.
It's one word, by the way.
Is it?
It's the movie. Yeah, Casablanca are cigars, and I do like them.
Or apparently a White House.
It's a White House, yes.
It's White House Day.
But the movie's one word. What I say it was like 82 years ago.
82 years ago, yeah.
82 years ago, the movie Casablanca.
No, it's not 82 years ago. It's got to be less than that. It didn't come out in 42, did it?
It came out in 1942.
Oh, yeah, 82 years ago.
Yeah. I did it before the show. I did the math before the show and just remembered.
All right, there you go.
Okay, so and then you tried to do math in the show, and thank God you failed because you're not supposed to do the math.
Well, no, I did math on the show correctly. I says because that would be 1942, so I did it pretty quick.
Oh, you still kind of failed though.
Well,
it did come out in 42, which is weird because it's about World War II, and World War II was just starting. Well, for the U.S. anyway.
Yeah, it was going on for a while, but
what?
All right.
Someone needs some attention. But Casablanca, this is the beginning of a night of a wonderful friendship.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
There we go.
There you go. Ooh, look at that. He's got the can going.
There he's go. He's got the fezzy wig.
There you go.
I got to tell you, I mean, I haven't been typically a huge fan of this beer, but this year's just, I don't know, maybe it's the timing. It just, the whole pack they put out this year has been amazing.
Now, did you get that in the mix pack?
Yeah, the mix pack.
Because I was going to say because they do release it. This is the second year in a row now that they released it on its own. And when they release it on its own, though, it's in bottles. It's in 12-ounce bottles.
Oh, okay. So, I wasn't aware. That makes sense.
So in the mix pack, they have the can. Now,
I got this in the mix pack. Yeah.
Talk about that for a second, though, because I'm actually picking up a mix pack of that tomorrow, and I'm going to tell you why. There's no Boston Lager in there.
That's why I bought it. I got to be honest. That's why I bought it. And everything in there just knocked my socks off, man.
There's 3 cans of Old Fezziwig. There's 3 cans of Winter Lager. And what are the other 2 beers that are in there?
The spiced ale and the oak vanilla porter.
Yes, the oak vanilla porter and the spiced
That
ale. Yes,
oak vanilla
100%.
porter is very nice. I got to tell you, and I'm on the record of being a little critical with Sam Adams over the years, and this particular pack was just amazing.
Oh, good to hear.
They're doing some good things now. They're doing some good things now.
Speaking of porters, I did pour my second beer.
You did pour your second beer. Why don't you tell us what it is?
And my second beer is it is a porter, and it is from
It is. I'm going to say it is important.
It is important that I drink a porter, but it is from Three Floyds. It is Alpha Claus. This is This porter will. It doesn't knock your socks off. It tears them off, then shoves them down your throat. It's what this thing does. This thing is so hoppy it could be labeled a black IPA rather than an insane porter. It's not normal. Is what the tagline is on. And this beer is not normal. This is really. It's like someone shoved a Christmas tree into a bottle of porter. It's really something else. And this is last year's, so
is the bitterness pine from the Christmas tree? So like the
I think it's
like spruce or pine or anything, or is it really hoppy in the way of a black IPA?
I don't think
resiny.
I'm not sure that they put any. I think it's the hops that are throwing it, but they're piney. It's a piney bitterness, but I think you're also getting it off the roast for the porter because this is really one of those aggressive porters.
So wait, so Three Floyds made an aggressive beer?
Mm-hmm.
No, that's out of character for them.
Yes, the brewery in their tap room blasts death metal made an aggressive beer.
I've been known to play some too.
And I got to be honest with you, I love Three Floyds. It's a really cool vibe up there. It's the beer tap room. They have their distillery next door. And that's a beautiful, big, huge area, big tap room, whatever. But the beer tap room is tiny.
Is it?
It's really cozy. It's not tiny. It's not like it's a box, right? But it's definitely cozier than most. You know.
She's settling down.
Good. Shh. There we go.
Don't drink my beer in peace.
Exactly. Got a couple comments to catch up on. Cincinnati goes. Rod says I'll be probably back in touch with Sam Adams Brewery in Cincinnati, so may see some of their beers upcoming. Absolutely, definitely
nice.
Do that. Doug Smith said, "Didn't Tom make a drink based on Fezziwig?"
I did actually. Thanks, Douglas. I appreciate that. I did. I was looking at these flavors and I wanted to come up with something really close, so I did. Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice. And because he didn't say anything, he's keeping it because we're going to talk about it on next week's End of Chaser podcast. We're going to talk about the Fezziwig inspired. He's not having it then, but we'll talk about it on that show.
Yes, there we go.
I didn't mean to be cagey, but yes.
There you go. Which we call it. And then Rod said, "What? Finally, no Boston Lager? Nice." Rod, seriously, I saw that. I was like, "Holy shit, this is great."
You know,
that is exactly why I bought the pack. That is exactly why I bought it, because it didn't have the Boston Lager in it. Yep.
There was an accusation made once that Cook would always make sure that Boston Lager was in every variety pack, so that way he could prove to the rest of the people up in the office that Boston Lager was the best-selling beer they had because he loves it. He doesn't want to see it go away. And I kind of respect that. It's a little bit of cheating if that's the case. But, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I did always get upset that you had to buy Boston Lager with every friggin' mix pack. But I also wasn't all that butthurt over it because I do love the beer. Has it been left behind? Yes. Has it been maligned recently? Yes. Was the upgrade wonderful? It was okay, but to me, it still has a huge place in my heart because it is the beer that brought me into craft beer. So,
Me too.
Yeah, I agree with that, Dave. The only thing is, I didn't feel it was so accessible. It didn't belong in a holiday mix pack.
This I agree with.
It didn't. 100%.
It didn't. But like I said, I didn't like to see it in all the mix packs, but I got it.
But yeah, so I do agree with your reasoning, yes. But that's why a lot of folks quit buying them, because we didn't want it in that pack.
Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
So
Rod also commented, Alpha Claus, another solid one. You guys are doing it up tonight. Yeah, we're getting there. Wait till you see some of the other stuff that they.
Oh yeah, we're not even halfway done yet.
And then Doug said, Alpha Claus, heart, exclamation.
You were in your house, sweetie.
There we go. And then Rod said, Christmas tree up the porter, my new Alpha Claus.
Christmas tree up the porter.
Oh, mercy.
I'm sorry. Now, normally I would have had, excuse me, normally my first beer would have been gone in 5 seconds, but
savor those.
I savor I don't care how old Celebration is. It is, I want to talk about that actually too. In a little while, we don't have to talk about it right now. But Celebration is just, it's just an amazing fucking beer. So it's so damn good.
What I forgot to show is this particular glass is making its debut on the show. This is my Lord of the Rings Middle Earth glass.
Yeah. You did tell me you had that.
Oh yeah, we're going full nerd, aren't we?
Oh, you have no idea how nerdy I can get. I've got to order my Cthulhu glass one of these.
Hold on, you are talking to Tom, right? Because I do know how nerdy you can get.
Yeah, you do. You've seen it.
But did you notice I'm using my actual Sam Adams glass here?
Look at you. Look at you. Guess what? Because of our conversation,
I'm a beer nerd. I'm not Lord of the Rings nerd.
You mean something like this?
Mine's got a little more wear and tear on it, but yes.
Yeah, this was actually stolen from Newark Airport. John knows the bar too. That was Terminal A.
Oh yeah.
Terminal A's that Terminal A is gone now. That bar is gone, but the new Terminal A is beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
I used to call Terminal A Terminal Ass. And
it's gorgeous. It's very expensive, but it's gorgeous.
Now it's Terminal Awesome, and Terminal C is still Terminal Cool, and now Terminal B is just Terminal Bad.
Bullshit.
Yeah, bullshit. Yeah, let's downgrade it to bullshit.
Right. Terminal A. I mean, OW, right? Carton OW. You go to the one burger place there and order an OW, and a burger and an OW is going to cost you $45.
Yeah. Oh my god!
Yeah, right. Yeah. I like to go all the way to the back there to the one restaurant that's got like all the vines and stuff on it, because they do serve boat there.
Yes, they have both.
So.
Rod said, Celebration, a solid beer for sure. Rod, you and I will talk. I love this beer.
Yeah, he does.
All right.
He does.
I do.
So, Johnny, what's beer number 2?
Beer number 2 is Harpoon Winter Warmer. I was kind of hoping.
Oh my god!
I was kind of hoping Guru would be on the show. At this point, he'll be along at some point, but I was hoping he'd be on the show because I know he loves this beer.
If you go back 30 years and ask me what my favorite Christmas beer was, John just held it up.
There you go. That's beautiful. It's beautiful.
It's been far surpassed many times since, but it's still one of those nostalgic beers.
Happy Thanksgiving. There you
go. Lunch you.
This royalty.
Oh wow, that's amazing. And I got to tell you, and I'm going to be in the interest of full disclosure.
Oh yes.
Seriously, in the interest of full disclosure, this beer right here, this Harpoon Winter Warmer that I'm drinking right tonight, is last year. Okay.
Oh, nice. Okay.
This is not fresh. This is from last year. It is, and I got to be honest with you.
Good girl.
It's a good girl, right?
Talking to the dogs.
You're a good girl.
Yeah.
You're all a good girl.
And I got to be honest with you,
especially Holly. Holly from Tijuana.
Holly's a very good girl.
Anyway,
I digress.
This beer is amazing. It held up is a major understatement.
So it got better.
It's better than it was last year.
That's good to hear. Because I used to love that beer, but any time that I would get it, I was like, this is a pale comparison to what it used to be.
Oh my god, it's fantastic. I have one more of these left. I have
So it
one
needs a
more of
year.
these left. It needs a year. I have one more of these left, and I don't even want to drink it. It's that good. You know?
Drinking
Wow.
Thanksgiving dinner.
Seriously, the caramel sugar and the toffee, and it's a melanoidin bomb. It's just wow. That's really, really good.
Look at John with the big words.
But it's got the spice.
Melanoidin. Oh my! Somebody got a word of the day.
I had to fill in for Bruguru. I had to fill in for him.
Somebody got a word of the day calendar.
Melanoid.
Hold on,
word
of the day, beer geek toilet paper. That's
result of Maillard reaction. Okay, chemical reaction. Oh yes, that melanoidin. I see.
Melanoid.
Anyway,
Gotcha.
Okay. But it's got the spicing.
I thought he said Melanie at first.
No, that's Mallory. Oh, now we're back to
and that's a completely different flavor altogether.
Oh, she's a completely different flavor altogether.
It smells like feet. And what did you say, Mallory?
Sadness.
I got it written down.
Sadness.
Smelly feet and sadness.
There we go.
There we go.
That stuff is horrible. How can you drink that stuff? I mean, you said yourself, you see me drink all sorts of stuff. How can you drink that stuff? It's horrible.
Anyway.
I drink it without making a face, Tom. So it must be good because I can drink it without making a face.
That's the worst stuff I've ever wrapped my lips around, and that's saying something.
It is saying something.
Because man, he was in college and he needed the money.
Heard of Little Boy Blue? There he is, right there.
Today he's Little Boy Red.
There you go. Well, it is the holidays,
but that doesn't make the pun very
this
well.
Is very true.
That means he was done with the newspaper. Little Boy Red.
Oh, mercy.
Little Boy Red. It's not really that good. But my point is, though, the spicing is even more pronounced. It's amazing. Look, you would think I worked for Harpoon, and I almost did.
Yes, yeah.
No, I get it. Yeah, but no, seriously, this is really good.
Alrighty then.
Anyway, okay.
So
moving on. I will take the crawl off. There we go. We got another comment here. Rajay, LOL. I'm sure it was all that. That was just now. He just posted it.
It was probably about the Little Boy Blue thingy.
Little Boy Blue. He needed the money. Yeah, exactly.
So I'm standing on the bank line. I got my. No, never mind.
No.
We'll leave that.
It was the 80s. Southern California. Times were hard. Everything was hard.
Alrighty then. We have degraded once again. But
all right.
Back to beer.
We're always degrading. Anyway.
This isn't even the whiskey show. How does this
I know. Well,
it's just when it's the three of us.
It's just the three of us, exactly. So I'm just going to keep the comments on there. He said, "Yeah, Little Boy Red, the left behind ginger." There you go.
There we go.
100%. Rod, you need to be on the show.
Oh God,
we invited you. Anyway,
I'm happy he's commenting. He was
very busy today.
He couldn't. Yeah, there were extenuating circumstances as to why he couldn't be on tonight.
But we will have Rajay back on the show.
Rod's gonna be coming. Yeah, it's gonna be soon. We'll firm up that date presently. So we'll be good. So anyway,
shortly, not presently. Presently would be like now. So we'll go with presently.
We'll go with shortly.
Shortly. Not presently. Shortly.
There you go. All right, fair enough. Fair enough. He says yes, would be if I could. He couldn't. There you go. So there, 100%. Yeah. Oh yeah. It's please go there.
He's watching and commenting while packing.
And we need to get on. We need to get on his one of his Thursday night.
Yeah, we do. We need to jump on there. I've got the what you call it, the not team speak, the other thing.
No, the other one. Yeah.
Oh,
I got the channel going. So we found it. So
we're
all ready to go.
Fair enough. This is amazing. I can't not gloat about this more. It's so freaking good. All right, coming up soon. Not right now, but coming up soon.
Presently or shortly?
Soon. I said soon.
But it could be presently or it could be shortly.
Anytime now.
There you go. Actually, he said, "Indeed, I need to get you on for a spotlight show as well as Tom." There you go.
There we go.
Well, I appreciate it.
100%. So I
just not together because as you can see, we're getting sick of one another.
Anyway, Yeah, coming up soon. We got a new segment tonight. It's called Hot Takes.
I thought you called it hop takes.
No. It's called Hot Takes.
Hot takes.
The new segment's called Hot Takes, but it's hot with an X through it, and it's hop. So it's hop takes, if you will. But tonight is holiday hop takes.
I want hot cakes now.
You want hot cakes?
Oh,
You want Holly or hot cakes or Mallory?
hot cakes.
They're all good.
I take Holly.
Or
maybe-
Roller Girl.
Or maybe hot lips.
Roller Girl.
Roller Girl.
Definitely
go.
Roller Girl.
Yeah.
Dire Straits reference right there.
Dire Straits or
Boogie Nights.
Boogie Nights.
Or
There you
Boogie
go.
Nights. There we go. That's the other one. She takes her chances.
Exactly.
She let a big truck graze her hip.
There you go. So there you go. But in any event, I digress this time.
But
you're
I
gonna digress.
digress.
Yeah.
We're
At any
digressing the
rate.
whole damn show. The whole show's been a
The
digression.
whole show is a digression. We should actually rename it the Log Room Guys Digression.
Digression show.
Oh, mercy.
I digress. I digress. No, you digress. No. You don't digress. I digress.
No, you digress.
All right.
Can I-
This time. I'll
Nobody
digress.
digresses more than I.
Samurai, I want to know what your shirt says. Let's talk about your shirt. Actually.
The Griswold Tree Farm. Sorry.
Griswold Family Christmas. There you go.
There
Griswold
we go.
Tree Farm. I do have that shirt.
Actually, I stole it from his closet.
He did. Tom found it so funny. He's leaving. Look at that.
I think he pissed himself a little bit on that one. He's got to go change his shorts.
There you go.
All right, bye, Tom. And you've
There you
got the
I've got the as I always wear on this show.
Yeah.
First annual. Well, back in the day it was the first annual. Thanksgiving Day, WKRP Thanksgiving Day turkey drop. There we go. Right
as
there.
God is my witness.
I thought
What
turkeys
could
could
fly. You need to pause though. You forgot to pause.
As God is my witness. I thought
Turkeys
turkeys
could
could fly.
fly.
Yeah.
And he says it. He's sitting in the chair, completely exasperated and exhausted. Gordon Jump was underrated.
Yes, actually, he wasn't sitting in a chair when he walked. He walked back in with Herb Tarlick.
Yes,
and they were all disheveled,
with turkey, with feathers,
feathers, and everything else. And they walked back in the newsroom, and Andy and everybody's standing there, and he goes, "As God is my witness, I thought turkeys could fly." There you go. And that's Nessman. Oh, the humanity! That will be posted tomorrow. Late tomorrow. So that people can enjoy it as the first post on Thursday as well. On the Log Room Guys page, it will be posted that video from WKRP in Cincinnati. Obviously, it'll be posted from YouTube, but in any event.
Yes. In any event, that's two.
In any event.
That's two in any. Oh, then I'll be up to three in any
We're
event.
three. That's three. We're up to three. I counted them as three. I got it written down right here. Did we lose Tom? Did he go to bed or?
No, I think Tom got lost.
He went to get another beer and got lost on his way back.
Yeah, it's very possible.
Maybe Holly's there. Maybe he's getting lucky.
Oh well.
No, I don't hear anything.
I don't hear anything. So, he must have fallen asleep.
There you go.
Or he's taking a tinkle. Possible.
Or well, maybe he fell asleep. Maybe it was both. Maybe he got lucky and then fell asleep.
Well, taking a tinkle.
6 of 1.
Oh, so
I lose me upon occasion, but I usually find myself.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah, I had to go grab my next beer.
And that is?
It is. Well, you see, forget everything I said earlier. I always have to go local at some point.
Always,
So this
always.
So this is from Banter Brewing. It's called Survivor Spirit. It's an imperial stout aged in Blue Note bourbon barrels.
Very nice.
So I don't know if either of you had Blue Note bourbon.
I've
but,
had
my
Blue
God.
Note bourbon.
I have not had it.
Blue Note is amazing.
I love Blue Note bourbon. It's great. It's great bourbon.
So this beer was done in conjunction with a local grocery store who bought a barrel pick from Blue Note, but then gave us the barrel to age the beer in. And oh my God, it came out and just insanely well.
It was fantastic. Something's going on over at Dave's.
Oh, I just poured my third.
Let me show you the pour here.
Oh, that's pretty.
in my Christmas glass.
There we go. Oh, you had to rinse the glass out too, so that's why.
No, it's a new glass. I don't have more than one of these.
Oh,
I got a whole fucking set, Dave.
Jeez, defensive much? Wow.
Think I'm a Philistine?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Let me answer that too quickly.
No, not Philippine, Philistine.
I'm gonna flip them off.
Oh, mercy. Oh, God, that beer's insane. Oh.
Hold on. Are you drinking a dark and stormy? What are you drinking there?
No. So I'm drinking out of my sterling silver samurai mug. I only break these out on special occasions. Mr. Pretentious. Yes. Hey, I work for one of the most pretentious companies on the planet.
Oh, that's why, exactly.
And our owner is the richest man on the planet.
I didn't think he was. I thought someone else was.
No, it is not the lunatic with the electric cars.
There you go. Or the guy that's lost 80% of his revenue of his company he just bought.
How's that? See,
is it the lunatic that looks like Lex Luthor?
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the other one. Yeah,
that's the other one.
Yes. There's a lot of them.
There's a lot of lunatics. So here's my question: why does every billionaire have to be a villain? Why can't they be that hero?
You might be putting the cart before the horse, Tom, because
every billionaire turns out to be the villain instead of the hero. Why can't we have one Batman?
I think you've got it backwards.
Why aren't one of these guys Batman? That's all I'm asking.
I think you've got it backwards. I think the villains become billionaires because they're villains.
That's right. Well, yeah, that's
you're not a billionaire.
You have to be a particular kind of asshole, yes, to do certain things. But I'm just saying, why can't one of these guys be Batman? Just one.
Well, the thing is, I'm hoping he's a little too old, but the gentleman that I work for is I don't know if you ever heard of Bernard, eventually way up up the food chain. I've never actually met the man myself, but Bernard Arnault is the richest man on the planet at this moment. I believe it varies back and forth, but he's actually a nice guy. He does a lot of charity work. He's a patron of the arts. He doesn't seem like he's evil. He does not seem like a villain. So, but I don't think he's Batman, Tom. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I'm Batman.
No, you're not.
I'm just saying. So, estimates say 1.9 billion could solve world hunger. Why can't one of these guys do that, or all of them get together and put together 1.9 billion and just do it? That's all I'm asking.
One, they're assholes, and two, the logistics are a little trickier than people think it is.
Mm-hmm. What you call it? And then Roger says, "Thought Elon was the richest. Now he's
not.
He
may. I don't know if he's surpassed Bernard or not.
He says,
"Well, you lost a lot on that.
Elon would be a good villain." LOL. There you go.
Actually, we lovingly call him BA. I'm not kidding. There's constant emails. Actually, he's right. Elon Musk is now the richest man on the planet.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He is the richest man on the planet. Bernard Arnault probably dropped to 2, or he's he doesn't. It depends on when you run the data.
That's true. That is true. It goes back and forth. It goes back and forth. But here's my thing. What Roger was saying, like oh, geez, what was I going to say? I have no idea. Literally left my mind. Just flew right out.
It's that fucking Giants hat.
It's the Giants hat. Roger, 100% right.
He's sucking the brain power.
This is, yeah.
So it wasn't Daniel Jones. It was the helmet sucking the intelligence out of his head.
It's the logo and the colors all the time.
Hey, you know what? It could be worse. It could be a Cowboys logo. Because let's face it,
well,
it's not a logo.
There we go.
It's a rating.
Red, white, and blue. There can only be one red, white, and blue logo scheme that actually is the best at any one given time. For years, it was the Patriots.
Yep.
Giants were in there
unless they played the Giants.
Unless they played the Giants, there you go. And now it's Buffalo. Now, so there you go.
The Angels had red, white, and blue.
Yep, this is true.
Yeah, a little bit.
But I don't think they were in the Super Bowl against Buffalo, though.
No, I don't think they were.
No, but you were talking about red, white, and blue.
In general, yes, of course.
Okay, so the faces I was making earlier, John, when you said what was going on over there, It's because I cracked my third beer.
Yeah, I was going to say, why don't we get back to what you're actually drinking out of that cup?
What are you drinking, Dave? Because we all care.
This is the third beer. This is my third beer, and this is a beer I drink on the show every year. But on this show, it's always the most recent version of it, even though I've got it going back a few years now.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much as the Anchor at this point.
Correct.
But this is Prairie's Christmas Bomb. So this is this year's Christmas Bomb.
Oh gosh.
And when I popped this thing, the scent of cinnamon and chili that came off of this was just astonishing.
We would love to be able to see that if you actually poured it into a glass.
But the thing is, it's just
most normal beer people would pour it into a glass where everybody could fucking see it.
Hey, Tom, shut the fuck up. I'm talking.
He's not wrong.
Who the fuck is that? He talks about pretension. He's drinking out of a silver fucking glass. Pour the glass where we can see it. I want to see that glass say Kmart.
They're out of business.
I want to see a Speedy Gonzalez
glass because they didn't sell those glasses.
I want to see a Speedy Gonzalez glass from Taco Bell 1973.
I'm gonna shut up. Let's. Oh, how about one of those those jam jar glasses from McDonald's back then?
That's what I'm saying. I said Speedy Gonzalez from Taco Bell, but nevertheless.
Here you go. How's that? Is that better? The glass is opalescent. Put it in my little my mushroom glass.
So you can see a little bit of the color, but you still see silver.
Because it's opalescent. It's in my opalescent mushroom glass, which I really should be drinking kava out of and then just fall
opalescent mushroom.
Yes.
And everything he says sounds more pretentious. Opalescent and
out of his
kava.
opalescent mushroom glass.
Opalescent mushroom and kava.
Have you ever done kava? I've never done kava.
Not in public.
In Tijuana, on the other hand.
It was 1987, Southern California,
She was that short Mexican girl.
87 was a good year. It's a good year.
No, but the flavors off of this. This is so a lot of the Christmas bombs off the first year, like Mad Elf, they drink kind of hot.
Yeah,
right. Except apparently Mad Elf this year, because Tom didn't make a face. And
I don't know what you guys are talking about. This thing, hell, I could chug this some bitch. It went down so smooth.
You got another one of them? I want to see you do it.
Hold on. I just want to put this out there. We are talking to Mr. Mulvihill here.
Yeah, we are. But the thing is, if he's got another one, I want to see him chug the son of a bitch.
Oh, give me that face again, Tom.
Freeze it, and freeze it. But
hold on.
I'm going to go Alfred Hitchcock on
one more time. There you go. Got it.
So, no, if you got another bottle of it, Tom, I want to see you chug that son of a bitch.
No, I do not.
So, okay. If I chug the son of a bitch, what do I get? No. There's got to be a wager involved. There's got to be a wager. What do I get?
A really nice nap.
No. That nap is not going to be nice. It's going to happen, but it won't be nice. So what else do I get?
I will send you a bottle of Malort.
Oh, yeah.
No. He won't send you a bottle of Malort.
There we go. And Doug Smith agrees with me.
Yeah, Doug Smith.
That
bitch.
I'm telling you, that beer went down easy. I don't know what you guys are talking about. That was, oh, man.
Rename that beer Holly. There you go.
Oh, Holly.
And Rod had said, damn, you guys are killing it with the beers tonight. Prairie Bomb was legit as well, 100%.
This beer. This is every year we do our top, and we'll get to our top 3 Christmas beers.
Yep.
And this is always at the top of my list, and I do not foresee it being toppled this year.
Fair enough.
I may have a change up this year for the first time ever. But this is drinking so damn nice. I can't wait to. I've got to get more of these so I can throw some more age on this to see how this really settles in, because this is one of the best balanced Christmas bombs straight off the first year opening.
Maybe you just need to start with a better glass.
Yeah, maybe that was it. You know what? Maybe it was the interaction with the silver isotopes off of the.
There we go.
That's probably what did it.
Yep.
You know, maybe I'll drink all my glasses out of this just to piss Tom off for the rest of the fucking year.
Exactly.
Because I love to piss Tom off. I don't even have to try most of the time. I don't have to try most of the time.
I am Gen X. You cannot insult me.
Oh, yeah, I can. You just don't care.
No, that's the thing. Yeah. I was having this conversation. I was just kind of having this conversation with a millennial friend who's talking about who he doesn't like this, that, or the other. And I said, you can say the most hateful thing to me, and I will do a 5-minute comedy routine on it. That's what we do. We will take that pain and turn it around and turn it back on you.
And the thing is, you can joke with the other generations, and that will insult them.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. In all honesty, I do get insulted. I do get my feelings hurt, and I do get upset. But I'm not going to let you see that. You try to hurt me with some words. I'm going to throw it right back at you and take that power away.
Yeah.
I'll say one thing. My younger son, when he was younger, he cared too much about what people thought. He had this overblown sense of fairness, and I taught him: the second you start thinking that things should be fair, the happier you're going to be, and stop caring about what other people think.
That's the biggest thing. That's the biggest thing. Stop caring about what other people think.
And at this point, because he's technically he's a millennial.
What year was he born?
He was born in 2004.
He's Gen Z.
That's Gen Z, yeah. 2004 Gen Z.
Yeah, he's on that border. But you cannot. He's like Gen X. You cannot insult him. He took these lessons to heart. He's impossible to insult now. It pisses his older brother off, and I think that's what it is. His older brother kept trying to insult him all the time, that he finally developed his skin, and realized that when he doesn't react to his older brother, it pisses his older brother off. So,
yeah, that's it. That's it. Don't react to it, or turn it around. Turn it into something funny. When somebody says something insulting, turn it back at him.
There you go. On that note, Doug Smith just said, "Where the hell is Bruguru?"
That's a hell of a question. Where are you? Where the hell is Bruguru? Let's send out a search party.
He had to work late.
Marines.
He had to work late. He
had to work late. He might be in Tijuana
with Holly.
There you go.
No. Holly's still with you around.
Yeah.
Oh, Holly.
And I got to say this. Doug did just make another comment, and I will put it up right now, and it does refer to one of my favorite movies of all time, but one of my favorite movies of this time of year, if not my favorite movie of this time of year, certainly. And that would be Tom as Del Griffith from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. There you go.
Sitting there.
I know. See, here's the thing, Douglas. I'm pretty sure you're trying to insult me, but I'm not going to take it that way.
I can picture Tom
that is
sitting,
a compliment of the highest degree.
I can picture him sitting at the
People
train.
That whole speech. I like me. My wife likes me.
And
that makes two.
And then Rod said, "Is someone in Holly and Tijuana?" You know what? There's several people in Holly and Tijuana.
Yes, there is.
It was the 80s. It was Southern California.
So it was light. It was dark. I was confused.
I just put it all together. In the 80s in California, Tom went by the name Holly.
No, I think he went by the name Del Griffith.
You've heard the song. You've heard the song.
I just
that would have been the factory in New York.
And I
knew where you were going.
And I knew this was coming too from Doug. He said, "That's not an insult. We love Del 100%." 100%. You know,
you want to hurt me? Fine. I'm an easy target, but I like me. My wife likes me. Yeah,
exactly.
That's a great speech. Thanks, Douglas. I appreciate it, man.
Those are 2 pillows.
There's a lot of love in this room.
Exactly. All right, I got my open my third beer, so I'm gonna.
Oh, what is it?
Let me throw that up here.
We saw you open it, so we know what the fuck it is. But what year is it?
All right. It is actually 2020 Apple. Anchor. Well, I said Apple for a reason. I'll get to that in a minute.
Wait a second. Is this like what's her name's daughter?
Gwyneth Paltrow's daughter.
Yeah, Vagina Candle's daughter. Yes.
Right. So anyway, no, it's Merry Christmas and Happy New Year special ale from Anchor. It's 2020 though. So now I now have officially one bottle left of each year dating back to 2016. 2016 being a very big bottle, but I won't bring that up. But yes,
he's got the Magnum. I've got now after drinking,
and there it is right there.
After drinking,
that's a dark beer for that year. That is really
it is. After drinking this 2011, I now go back to 2012. So next year on the show, I'll probably drink the 2012.
There you go.
And see if we get cola,
you know what?
and pine.
You know what?
What?
You know what I'm getting out of this?
Coca-Cola and pine?
Yep. Exactly.
I don't know if that's
a future hangover.
I don't know if that's true or just a
I'm fucking with you. Yeah, no, I'm getting pine. I'm getting the spicing. I'm still getting the spicing. The spicing has morphed a little slightly, I mean, super uber slightly into a little bit of licorice.
After I keep drinking like this.
Okay, I can see that. Yeah.
If I keep drinking like this, I'm gonna have to Uber to the bed.
Well, that's
so I usually describe that note as anise.
Anise is
herbal, yeah, but
herbal,
yeah,
more of an herbal anise, right? Almost Malortish.
Oh yeah.
You know what? Possibly maybe even fennelish.
Fennel.
Fennel's
a little bit, maybe more tarragon than fennel.
You're stretching the flavor profile there.
Tarragon, fennel, it's all the same.
Fortunately, there's no oregano or garlic in it.
I'm glad we're not making a fucking pizza.
And I'm glad I'm not coming over to your house for Greek food.
There you go. The oregano and garlic will be flowing well tomorrow night while I'm making my sauce, my meatballs, and everything else, and making lasagna, putting lasagna together for Thursday.
Lasagna.
We have another comment, and it's Rajay said. He said, "Anise, folks, relax."
It's an I, not
I didn't say anus. I said anus.
Actually,
the correct pronunciation is anus.
Hey, let me tell you something. No, let me tell you something. There's a.
Oh my God! You just did Billy Crystal.
I think a little bit. Actually, that was more Jim Carrey.
You were trying to do Jim Carrey, but you came off as Billy Crystal.
Let me tell you something. Yeah, there you go.
There it is. Yeah, now you got it.
Actually, that was kind of a mold between Jim Carrey and Bobby Boucher. Let me tell you something.
Yeah, Bobby Boucher. Yeah, there is something wrong with that boy. Dula oblongata.
Yeah. So anyway,
and I'm not talking about Boucher. I'm talking about you, John.
Of course, I do that anyway. Right. There's a section of Old Greenwich, Connecticut.
It's a town called Malice.
No, the town called. It's spelled MIANUS.
Uranus. Uranus.
It's so now it's pronounced Myanus, right? That's what it's pronounced. But you can't help but say my anus, right? You can't help but say my anus, right? So literally every time and anytime I'm going anywhere in New England, I'm going to Rhode Island, going to Connecticut, going up to Boston, anywhere, Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, anywhere except for Vermont.
We all know what New Hampshire.
No, I'm saying anywhere except for Vermont, because I go up through New York. Anyway, I go through my anus, right? And I'm like, so I always take the well, boy, there's a lot of people in my anus today. Look at this. It's hot and sweaty in my anus today.
Like if you're driving across Pennsylvania on Route 80, you always come across this town, Scotrun. And it looks it's Scott Run, but every time I see it, my brain reads it as scrotum.
Scrotum, yeah.
Every friggin' time.
And there's a town Lititz. It's pronounced Lititz.
It's
pronounced Lititz. It's pronounced Lititz. But it's Lititz. Right? What are those? They're Lititz. There you go. Right?
But seriously, in Pennsylvania, there is a town called there's Paradise.
There's Paradise, which is not far away from Intercourse.
But on the other side, but Paradise,
it's right
close.
But Intercourse is halfway between Paradise and Blue Ball.
This is true.
Absolutely true. Not making
You
it
can't
up.
make this shit up, folks.
No, you
100%. Because Rod J said, in Kentucky, we had a spot called Big Bone Lick. There you go.
Tom's very familiar with this place because it was the 80s. He needed the money.
It was a long time ago. I need the money. Hey, man. There's no shame in my game.
And his name back then was Holly.
Holly, yes. He was Holly. He was Holly, 100%. All right.
Anything else? We're going to do the hot takes.
Yeah, we're going to do hot takes. We're not. Hold on 1 second here. Because we have two guests popping on. I don't want to do the hot takes
until they're
without
on.
them, but they're not popping on. So, do we do them? Let's give them another 7 minutes. At 8:30 p.m.
7 minutes in. So in John's time frame, we're talking about 28 minutes.
No, we're talking about 11:30.
So since I'm gathering, you guys have had time to think about this, and nobody told me what this was. What the fuck are we talking about?
No. Dave, I don't know.
Dave has no idea what they are.
Okay.
I don't know shit about fuck.
They are hot takes. They are hot takes.
Well, if you ask my wife, I don't know.
This is not.
And John and Tom, that's in your honor because that is an Ozarks comment.
100%.
That is a quote from the Ozarks. I don't know shit about fuck.
Oh, I didn't watch that show.
Neither
it was,
did I.
It was terrible.
I just know that one line.
There was just so many inaccuracies. I could not watch the show.
I can imagine. I got to be honest with you. I did. I watched. Jess and I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes. I think 3 episodes. And I got to be honest with you. We stopped. Right. But we've heard. But a couple of years later, we heard from a couple of people that were like, "No, you got to go back and watch it. It's really good." And
I got through the first season. I watched the whole first season, and there were just so many inaccuracies about the area. I just couldn't do it.
You know what my nickname is for that series?
What's that?
Redneck Sopranos.
And yeah, see that is really accurate. That's exactly what that was.
And the thing is,
the show is just so depressing. I mean, you had the worst people doing terrible things to terrible people. There was nothing redeeming about that show for me.
But that's the whole thing is all the shows now do this. So all of them are copies of Sopranos. Like Game of Thrones is Dragon Sopranos.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah,
that's all it is. Boardwalk Empire is Atlantic City Sopranos. And was it Peaky Blinders was British accent Sopranos. These are all really, to me, just takes on the anti-hero schema that is Sopranos.
So the best part of Sopranos for me was Little Steven.
Of course. Little Pussy.
The man is a genius.
Little Pussy.
He can sing, he can act. I mean, damn.
Yeah. So, but that's that's how I see it. And you know what? To me,
you're right. That makes sense. Now, I really hadn't heard it said that way, but that makes sense.
Well, I've always maintained that a lot of the problems in America has been our TV heroes have become the bad guys. Right. It all started with NYPD Blue. Right. NYPD Blue.
Oh yeah.
Is when they became more human and could make mistakes and could be
still be considered a good guy.
But could still be considered a good guy. Then it started to turn so that just you start to identify with the bad guys. Sons of Anarchy, Sopranos. This is where it really got to the point where we started rooting for the bad guys.
Right. And Roger said too. He goes, "Soprano spinoff coming next year." He said.
Oh, great!
And he said, "Peaky Blinders is legit, though." He said.
Oh no! Don't get me wrong. I'm not disparaging the shows themselves. I'm not disparaging the writing. I'm disparaging the acting. Cillian Murphy is a fucking genius.
No, he really is. Yeah.
I absolutely enjoy watching him act, but these are really just that kind of take, and it's just. And I hate to sound like that, like Bob Dole's. Was it Bob Dole's wife who wanted to put labeling on all music? Was it
Dole? No, that was Al Gore.
Al Gore's wife. Tippy. It was Tippy. Gore. I hate to feel, sound like Tippy.
Tipper, not Tippy. Tipper.
Tip. I'm Tippy. She's Tipper.
I like to call her Tippy.
Yeah, we'll call her Tippy.
We were close. We met in the 80s.
Tippy and Holly were like this.
We had a relationship, Tippy and I.
But I don't want
to met both of them at a concert once. To be honest with you, I'm not even lying.
Tippy and Holly.
No Holly. Tipper and Al.
Tipper and Al. But no, but my point is, with TV has started to change the, a little bit of the moral fiber of the country as to who we root for. But I'm not. The shows themselves are well done. One of my favorite shows ever written and performed was Deadwood. And again, but the thing about Deadwood is you did have your hero. You did have someone that had a moral high.
Yeah, see, my issue with Deadwood was it just wasn't realistic. People didn't use that language in that time. There were too many F-bombs dropped to make it realistic. It just wasn't. It just didn't make sense.
It's, to me, the writing of I went the other way with it, that the language didn't make sense because it was almost written as if Shakespeare had fallen in love with the word fuck. Because the writing itself, the lilt
people of that time didn't use that word in that capacity, and it was just used too often.
It was used too often. I grant that, but because I said to people, if you get around and past the usage of the F word in this, the rest of it is absolute genius.
Yeah, see, I disagree. I just feel like it was off.
I loved it. I love the way that they portrayed everything. I love the interconnections and the relationships in this. But I loved that there was a main character that kept a moral. If you talk to
Western historians, they will badmouth that show. It was done. Of course
they will. It's fiction. Get over it. It's fucking fiction.
But if I'm watching a Western show, I want it to be historically accurate and not meant for just my entertainment.
But this was meant for entertainment, Tom.
Yeah, but it should have been. They had an opportunity to be historically accurate, and they let it go.
And so many great Westerns were historically accurate. But okay.
No, there's most that weren't, but there are a few that are.
Okay, well, you're taking your personal preference and completely undermining what I'm saying about the show.
Okay.
What I'm saying about the show, it was a very entertaining show. And I loved the fact that this show, you had your bad guys. You had some awful, awful fucking characters.
Yeah, I didn't find the show entertaining because it was so historically inaccurate.
We've got that point now 3 times. Can I make my point before you make your point?
You have to have a little bit of accuracy to be entertaining.
Shut the fuck up for half a second, would you, so I can get this done.
Do what you got to do.
I agree with you 100%. Historically, this was inaccurate. It's inaccurate. I get it. You refuse to let me state what I'm trying to state here as to why I enjoyed the show.
Okay, go ahead.
As opposed to what we're talking about with The Sopranos, Peaky Blinders, and all that, where they had a character that actually had a moral high ground. You had a moralistic character. You actually had a good guy in this show, which is why I enjoyed the show, and I liked the way they interacted. Everything. I agree with you. Historically accurate? No, it's not. They took historical characters, inserted them in, and these characters were not accurate. The language was not accurate, and I agree with you. But I enjoyed it because we actually had a character that was the good guy.
Okay, yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
We had some.
I do. I mean, I don't agree, but I get where you're coming from. Yes.
Right. So, and I get where you're coming from. You that fly is bugging the fuck at you.
Oh man, my OCD is going nuts here, man.
All right, folks. I just heard from Mr. Bruguru. He will probably not be able to join.
Oh no!
That's a shame.
He's probably going to be working until about 10. So that's where we won't be going another hour and a half. So that's not going to happen.
Well, it depends on how many beers Dave has left.
I've got 2 more to go.
Oh, so do I. Yeah.
And I'm going to pour every one of them into a crock.
There you go. Anyway, and
Dave, you have no idea. But if we were in the same proximity, I would give you a big hug right now.
There you go. And
I would accept that.
There you go.
Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make the universe implode here because I'm going to pour my next beer, my Hardywood beer.
While he's doing that,
Hardwood.
hardwood. Anyway, while he's doing that, I'm gonna go get my next one.
Please go get your next.
But Tom, before
Oh
you
my
leave,
God.
I need you to see this before you leave, Tom.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm pouring it into my Sam Adams glass.
There you
Oh, I love you, man.
Love you, man. Love you.
I love you, man.
This is the Hardywood.
Meatloaf.
This
There
is
you go.
Hardywood gingerbread stout.
Hardywood gingerbread stout. I have one of those downstairs. I have two of those downstairs.
I've got one of them here that's about to go into my face, and one of them sitting over there.
There you go. We're going to catch up on a couple of comments while Tom gets his other beer really quick. Rod J said, bad guys have been somewhat a hero throughout American history, though. Some loved Gotti as such as
Capone
and others. There you go.
Rod J is not wrong.
No, he's not.
But when we turned it into popular culture, and in a sense, it was popular culture because of the newspapers.
You know what?
Was,
it's all. I mean, news has become, certain aspects of news have become pop culture too.
Yeah, but back in the day, that's now. But back in the day,
even back in the day.
I'll
be honest with you. I'll tell a quick story here too. I was in Little Italy on Mulberry Street during the San Gennaro feast with a bunch of friends of mine.
Did you get groped?
Hold on. Several times, but that's besides the point.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah. But it's probably 87, 88. I think it was 88. And we're standing there, and we're standing behind now obviously if you've been to the San Gennaro feast, all of the booths on Mulberry Street are facing the street or in the street or on the sidewalk. You can walk behind them because it's a sidewalk there, right? So we're behind one of the booths, and we're all drinking a beer. We're all hanging out, and my back is to the restaurant behind me. We're standing in front of a restaurant behind a booth. And the one guy was my friend Dave, who was standing next to me. Not you, Dave, another Dave, obviously.
Campanile?
Oh, how many days does he know?
Dave,
you guys feel cheated on at this point. How many days is he cheating on you with?
Do you know how many days it takes to turn it to a light bulb?
I'm not sure Campanile was actually born at that point, so it was not.
But you know how many days it takes to screw in a light bulb, right?
I don't know how many.
0. We can see in the dark. We don't give a fuck.
You can see in the dark. There you go. Anyway,
we can see in the dark. Oh,
he looks.
I actually can see in the dark, but maybe not all days. Sorry, John. Go ahead.
It's all right. He looks at me and he goes, "Turn around," like trying to keep his mouth closed, but not saying like "turn around." And I'm talking. I'm drinking my beer. I'm talking to him. I kind of give it the once over my shoulder.
Bright eyes.
I'm standing in front of John Gotti.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Walking out of a restaurant. Yeah. And I'm
my God.
And it was one of those Animal House things. Like, I think we should be leaving. What a good idea.
Wait a second, John.
What?
I'm disappointed. You didn't get a selfie?
I did not. It's 88.
There's no cell phones.
So John, I'd be more.
My cell phone at the time did not have a selfie option. No, I'm kidding.
I'd be more impressed if he got whacked.
Well, I would be.
If he had gotten whacked, we wouldn't even know the story, so there's no way for us to be impressed.
The story would make much more sense if there was a hit on him.
There you go. So moving on.
Who's to say there isn't a hit on him?
This is very true.
Oh, see, there we go.
And Tom,
anyway.
Tom, cover your ears for a second, John. The money you sent me for the person in the we've given the
that's just no.
The envelope's
been,
yeah.
So then Rod also said, as a kid growing up, many of us were a fan of Scarface as a guy doing his way to try to beat the system, and we were rooting for him to make it 100%. Yeah. Moving on with comments, Brian Boak said, "Cheers, leaving the restaurant now, going to Krispy Kreme to get the only donuts to eat. Then we'll sign back in when I get home." Thank you, Brian. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Krispy Kremes right off the line are just glorious.
Amazing.
And if you remember...
If you can get them. And they're better before you put the glaze on them. You get them just right there fried, no glaze. Oh, my God.
Tom, you remember when the Ginge discovered Krispy Kreme when he was visiting you for Thanksgiving that one year?
Yeah,
it was just amazing following his journey.
It was funny. Yeah,
between Krispy Kreme and Little Debbie's.
So,
Well, it's funny. He wanted to have biscuit. My son's favorite breakfast was biscuits and gravy, and that was totally strange to him. He never had anything like biscuits and gravy for breakfast. So it's basically taking dry flour and putting wet flour over it.
Yeah, pretty much.
But my son's favorite breakfast was biscuit, and so I remember looking at him trying to put that fork in there, going, "Huh?" And he took a bite. Oh, this is pretty good.
it's actually good. Yeah, there you go. Roger also said Deadwood
language
was said to be pulled from writings back. I've been told, but I never watched the show.
The
writings back then. But I never watched the show.
So I've heard that as well. I don't know, but like I agree with Tom. I don't think the F-bomb was used as much as they used it in the show. Mm-hmm. I think that was filler. I think it was popularism.
It was. It wasn't necessary. Was my issue with the show is they didn't need it to make a convincing show.
And he said people were tooting for Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde.
Bonnie and Clyde. There you go.
So that's short for cyanide.
People were rooting for Bonnie and Clyde.
Oh,
there you go. And he said you don't have NASCAR without running moonshine, and people rooted for those.
So you know where the word NASCAR came from, right?
Go ahead.
Anytime that one of the runners, one of the moonshine runners, went right past, they had so souped up the cars, you'd have two hillbillies sitting in their porch going, "That's a NASCAR."
All right, and on to the next comment.
And next,
he said, "I think there is maybe just a guilty. I think there is maybe just a guilt factor of us as Americans rooting for bad people out loud in popular culture. I don't doubt it.
I can buy that.
I don't doubt it.
I can buy that because as
Americans, sorry for the typos. Typing on a laptop keyboard. Oh, please. Your typos are my pale in comparison to my typos. I was typing on a laptop.
Holy shit, Rod, we're going to set you up with Mapatensky.
Oh yeah, man.
Text with him because he has sausage fingers. And his texting.
I mean, at least your typos you can figure out what you're saying. All right, so
and I'm going to disagree 100% with Rod J on this next comment.
And he says, "God, Duncan is greater than Krispy Kreme." You know what? I'm not going to disagree with him, but I'm going to tell you this. I'm not going to disagree with him. But I'm going to tell you this. I'll say it. This is how I'm not disagreeing with him. It depends on which donut.
Yep.
And the freshness of the donut.
Yes. So a Krispy Kreme straight off the line is greater than anything Duncan will put out. However, the Dunkin' Donut Boston Cream is far superior than the Krispy Kreme Boston Cream.
Right.
And if I want Boston Cream donut, straight up I want Dunkin's.
Right.
Straight up I want Dunkin's. And also the French crawler from Dunkin' that's superior even to what's the Canadian one?
I don't know. What is the Canadian one? The Cronut? The Cronut?
No. The Canadian donut chain.
Tim Hortons. I'm not sure.
Tim Hortons.
Timmy's.
Yeah.
And I think the only reason is because the Tim Hortons French crawler, the glaze on it is maple glaze.
Right.
So here's the thing. Dunkin' Donuts is not doing anything fresh. Everything they have comes in frozen, and they warm it up.
Depends on which Dunkin' you're at.
No, it does not.
There's a couple of Dunkin' Donuts down here that actually make the donuts.
Okay, there may be a couple, but here in Missouri, there ain't a one of them.
In Missouri. Okay.
I'm just saying, they are relying on a reputation, and they suck.
Think outside your backwards ass state for half a second. Because if you go to Rhode Island...
No, I can't. Here's the thing, because everything they do here is frozen. So I'm not going to relate to you in your mind, because everything they do here is frozen. Because they're not doing anything fresh here, so I'm not going to relate to you and maybe they do this or that.
No, you're talking about your experience in your state. If you come into the Northeast where Dunkin' Donuts is home, where they do make it fresh, you will have a wholly different experience than probably the crap ass stuff that you're used to.
And that may be true, but I'm saying everything here they do sucks.
but you said it as a blanket statement for all of Dunkin' Donuts.
All right.
No, I said everything they do here comes in frozen.
He did say that. He did say
Okay, then I apologize. But if you, because when I was in Rhode Island, because if you go to Rhode Island into Massachusetts up 95, where 95 splits left and right once it gets into Massachusetts, you're looking at their headquarters. It's right there. So
they've got like a small amount of stores or other headquarters where they do things right, and everybody else gets fucked. And you want me to think good about them?
Dim. Doug. Yeah, you'll understand why I said dim in a minute. Doug Smith just said Tim Horton. That's
I heard that one out.
And Rod J said all about choosing your donut panels. LOL. He said in the East we see them done fresh as Dunkin'.
Yeah.
Doug said not true, Tom. They come from a central bakery and they get frosted and filled to the stores. Dunkin' Donuts is awesome. He said they aren't frozen anywhere.
They come in frozen here and they get frosted fresh in the stores. Yes, but the donuts come in frozen and they're warmed up here. That is true. I have actual proof of this, so nobody can tell me different.
And I'm not trying to tell you different. Your experience is true. It's not this experience here, and I feel sorry for you that
they come in frozen here, Doug. I don't know what you're talking about, but I can tell you from fact they come in frozen here in Missouri.
There you go. And then Rod also said, also as for coffee, Dunkin' is greater than Starbucks and more.
Oh, hell to the yes! Hell to the yes!
Everybody's better than Starbucks. Starbucks sucks, man.
Starbucks is just burnt ass fucking coffee.
It really is. That's an issue.
And I'm not sure
it's not even saying that burnt ass coffee. It's just so concentrated espresso in everything. That's why they're charging $9 for.
You are insulting espresso right now, John.
No.
See, I agree with that.
I
love espresso, but when Starbucks is doing
you're half Italian. You should not.
Time out. You didn't hear what I said. I said burnt ass fucking espresso.
It's not even espresso.
Burnt ass. Yes, yeah. Okay, I can agree.
So we'll give you burnt ass.
It's shit espresso, but it's not. It's burnt and it's so concentrated that.
Is that what it is? Okay.
Yeah, I was making a joke as to why it's so expensive because they put so much shit in it,
and it arrives at every fucking Starbucks frozen first.
So the question would be, why does everybody?
Dunkin' Donuts coffee is great. He said, "There you go."
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay.
By the way,
I'm a coffee snob.
I'm going to show you why I said apple.
Yeah, I was going to say. So I grind my own beans at home, so to me, it's just okay.
Same here. But Tom,
I do as well. So there you go. I got a Ghirardelli milk chocolate, caramel apple milk chocolate.
And John just redeemed himself as half Italian by pronouncing Ghirardelli correctly.
Well, yeah, but see, here's the thing: we don't know which half of John is Italian.
It's the bottom half.
Then my apologies.
2 parts. Bottom half.
You have my condolences, John.
And condolences.
I'm sorry, buddy. I was hoping it was the top half, but if it's the bottom half,
come over and have my.
I was hoping you got the Italian palate, not the Italian penis.
So Tom, what John's about to tell you right now is come over, dress as Holly like you used to in college. I'll tell you.
I was hoping you got the Italian palate, not the Italian penis.
Come over and have my. Well, that's a different story. Come over and have my lasagna on Thursday, and then tell me you're not. There you go.
All right. A key word for something else?
That too, yes.
Oh, just.
All right.
Has this show gone off the rails already?
And Tom, once you've had his lasagna, you're gonna have to have his sausage gravy.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I do like sausage gravy.
You missed both of you missed the innuendo there.
Oh, I know.
I knew what he meant.
I understood the innuendo and I rolled with it.
Okay.
So I didn't talk about this beer because there was a lot of shit going on there. Anyway, Jackie O's.
You're making me jealous now. God
very cordial. I had to have this with you guys. I picked this up in Ohio. Man, these guys were amazing. 11.4%.
So Tom, this is for you because you got some Jackie O's.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. That's straight out of jealousy. Straight out of jealousy. I'm very happy.
Not straight out of Compton, straight out of jealousy.
Which Jackie O's is this one?
This the Brick Kiln.
Okay, so explain the beer to us.
So it is their cherry cordial, bourbon barrel aged. It is a barley wine style aged in bourbon barrels. Oh my God, this thing is amazing. It is 11 point. I'm going to show you this. Give you the stats there.
So how many bottles of Malort do I not have to send you for you to send me some Jackie O's?
No. I will send you one just because I like you.
I love you, buddy.
All right, so
no, seriously, Dave. This beer was so good. I developed a cocktail based on this beer. This beer is insane. I'm telling you, everything about this beer is amazing.
Yeah, we got to talk about that in a minute. But
Jackie O's going back into probably the early 2000s, they were the shit when it came to imperial stouts.
100%.
Jackie O's kind of retracted their distro. You can still get them in mass. I know that. But they retracted their distro. You can't get them in so many states now. And they got forgotten. And I would love to see them get
so from what I understand, they're really known for their barrel-aged program. So I bought several beers. And I'm holding them back for our, closer to Christmas show.
Oh, yeah. And that's a good call right there.
That Anda's Chaser show. I really want to have one of these and a cocktail base. No, not this beer, but another Jackie O's beer and a cocktail base off of that. Yes,
Jackie O's just does amazing things. They got forgotten for a while. They're one of the more underrated breweries in the country at the moment, even though at one point they were the shit.
Well, here's the thing. I went in there. It's a satellite location in Columbus. I want to make that clear. It's a satellite location.
Well, they're from Columbus, so it's a satellite in Columbus, even though
no, they're at Athens.
They're Athens.
They're in Athens.
Okay,
Jaggers in Athens.
That's correct. Right.
So I was having one beer. I was talking. I wasn't.
You were talking.
Here's the thing. So I wasn't getting a good vibe. So I started walking around, and somebody walked up to me and started talking about stuff. And we started talking about barrel-aged beers. And I got introduced to somebody else. Next thing I know, I'm walking out of there after spending $200.
That's about. And you know what? That's $200 well spent. I
had one beer. So the point I was trying to make is I had one beer in there, and I spent $200.
Jackie O's will do that to you. And the thing is,
their barrel aged stuff is crazy, man.
When if and ever they come back to New Jersey, I will fill my cart with every beer that's available.
And that was kind of where I was at that moment in time. So, okay, fuck it, you got me.
All right. I get just to throw mine up there. My fourth beer too here is
what you got.
Hey, it's one of my
Talk
favorite.
To me, Johnny.
One of my favorite Christmas beers, and it's one of my favorite styles.
Oh, I know what this is. You haven't had it in them.
Oh, I know. I think I know too, actually.
All right, Tom first. Take a guess.
So we talked about this the other day, I think, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna let Dave go, but I think
I'll just put it up. There you go.
It's Corson Dunk, isn't it?
No. That's
it's not. Oh, but you and I did have a conversation about this, right?
It's an English old ale from Colorado.
This begins with an A.
There you go.
Yeah.
Avery.
Old Jubilation. I couldn't come up with the Avery. Yeah, but I know you and I talked about that the other day. Damn it!
This is gonna make
Damn the alcohol!
When John's done with this beer, his typing skills are going to degrade.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to not give a shit.
Yeah,
I
remember you telling me about Old Jubilation the other day. God damn it!
Such a good beer. I mean,
I've got to find more of this.
Cheers. There you go. It's so good. It's more of this or more of what you're drinking.
What Tom's drinking or what I'm drinking?
You're drinking. You just said I need to find more of this.
You know what I'm no. You know what I'm drinking.
I know you're drinking.
So I had to find that Jackie O's. The Jackie O's.
That's a beautiful glass.
Amazing. That's a beautiful glass. That's great.
You got me straight up jealous now.
All right. So Bruguru is not going to be able to come on the show. I haven't heard from Chuck, so we are going to do It's time for
the hot takes.
Time for the hot takes. There we go.
Let's do it.
There we
Hot
go.
cakes with butter and
Hot cakes.
Hot takes and,
there we go. So
bacon.
it is the new segment. It's hot takes, but it's the holiday hop takes. So there we go.
That's pretty clever.
Boy, he's very clever. He's very clever, that Johnny. That Johnny is a very clever guy.
I saw what he did there. Yeah.
See what I did there? There you go.
Why do we still have a whistle around the beer glass?
Well, it's the locker room. It's still a thing, right? So
I guess
anyway,
it's still
still our logo, so it's still a pun. So anyway,
still a pun. Okay.
Anyway, all right. So here we go. We got 10 questions for you. 10 questions, but they're not like.
Wait a second. You're talking about Tom and I. You think we have the attention span for this?
Let me say what we're doing here. Okay, these are questions that don't need much conversation. Okay.
What about
you
thought?
Answer the question or thought? Really,
what about brain power?
No. I mean, they're easy questions. You answer. It's either yes or no or whatever. So.
All right, let's do it.
You'll hear. But I mean, we can if we have a conversation about one or two of them, that's fine. But
I've got a question for you.
They're quick things.
I've got a question for you. So Tom and myself are part of this. Bruguru was being part of it, but Bruguru can't make it. So we've got Lucy. She can maybe chime in. And with Chuck being able to chime in, what about the fly in Tom's house? Does the fly have a say?
Fly doesn't have a say, but certainly Rod and Doug and anybody else that's watching has a say too. So
because we know the answer from the fly every time will be help me.
Exactly. Okay. So there we go. So we're expecting answers from Samurai and Whisperer, and of course if Rod and Doug or anybody else that's watching wants to chime in, have at it. Here we go. Here we go. So. Holiday hop takes. Here we go. All right. They're Thanksgiving. Okay.
I've heard of
Obviously. It's a holiday. It's coming up. Like 24, 28, 27 hours and 6 minutes. There you go.
3:20. Yeah.
27 hours and 6 minutes. Here we go.
Shit, you did math. You're not allowed to do math.
I did math. You're right. I did. All right. Here we go. All right. Question 1. Here we go. Is it okay for people to put up Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Thank you, because I did. There you go.
And it's also possible for people to win awards for that from Bob's Furniture Store.
It's also possible for people to wear Christmas clothing before Thanksgiving.
There you go.
Yeah.
Rod said cool, so there you go.
Yeah, because he's going to spark. So Rod, can you put up Christmas decorations before Thanksgiving?
And Rod said, nope, have to have Thanksgiving first. That's
I do respect that. One thing, the caveat I'll put on this: Halloween, before Halloween, no.
Oh hell no! Oh hell no! No. So Christmas decorations for the two. Rod says no. The two of you say yes.
Doug Smith says.
And Doug Smith says absolutely not. So Rod and Doug, no. You two, yes.
Yes, I'm wearing Christmas clothes. I'm watching Christmas movies.
The only
Fuck
reason
you naysayers.
The only reason I say yes is because it takes so long to put them up and the effort that goes into it. And I do agree with Doug. Respect the turkey. You got to respect the turkey. But
respect the turkey.
Respect the turkey.
And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you.
Look,
I put some, not. I don't even put. Hold on. I don't even put 5 to 10% of Christmas decorations up before Thanksgiving. I don't.
To me,
we've started some. We will finish. We will not finish, but we will do. We maybe did 5% of them. We will do the next 90% of them this weekend.
Tom, stop doing your Holly impression.
There you go. But the reason I want to concur with Doug is because my favorite holiday, certainly my favorite this time of year holiday, is Thanksgiving.
Yes, me too. For me, it is. Yeah.
But the only reason I say yes before Thanksgiving is only because of the effort that goes into it.
It takes a while to get things going.
Because when it comes to Christmas music, Can we finish our fucking birds first before you start playing?
Yeah, that was not.
Oh no, I'm all in, baby. I'm playing Christmas music right now.
No,
not till afterwards.
All right,
No.
All right, so we got a split decision on the decorations.
Split decision,
and Rod says premature Christmas decorators. Ha ha. So there you go. All right, so there you go. All right, now do you listen to Arlo Guthrie on Thanksgiving?
Alice's Restaurant. Who does not listen to Alice's Restaurant?
Right, so that's a yes.
I mean, what kind of Philistine are you to not listen to Alice's Restaurant?
Okay, you just hit, oh man, God, you just hit a point with me. Alice died 2 days ago.
I was.
Yes, I know. Yeah,
Alice died 2 days ago.
Was going to bring that up.
So last
Alice Brock, whose Massachusetts diner was immortalized in.
She was 83, right?
83 years old.
Yep.
83 years old.
And so here's the thing, and I may tear up here a little bit.
Yeah, no, I understand. I'm going to.
This tradition,
I might cry like a baby here in a second.
And I may force that on you, Tom, because the tradition of listening to Alice's Restaurant was from my mother.
Oh God, you are gonna make me cry like a baby.
Yeah, she died at 59.
Oh God.
This past Christmas, Carrie got me a turntable.
Not something that he stands on and spins around.
Yeah, no,
an actual record player.
A record player and vinyl. So what I started doing is I started going to storage and pulling out boxes. And
say it ain't so.
Yes, and so I was pulling out my vinyl, and so.
Is that a euphemism?
Nope, it is not. And one of the boxes was, A through C. And then another box had E through H in it. So Arlo Guthrie was in one of those. And this year, for Thanksgiving, on that record player, I will play my mother's copy of Alice's Restaurant on it.
Oh my God, I'm gonna cry like a baby.
And it's going to be a very bittersweet moment for me. And it's
oh God.
I'm looking at it right now because I've already pulled it out. It's sitting next to the turntable, which is right over there, and I'm looking at it. And it's
those of you just listening to the audio podcast, he's talking about a record, not anything else that he just pulled it out.
No, it's sitting over there, and it's just it's going to be a moment. I will take a picture.
I want to check your phone too,
and it's going to be. Yeah, I'll send it to my sister and my brother, and probably it's going to be emotional for them. Mm-hmm. So John, yes, I will be playing Alice's Restaurant.
Hey, all right. So with all of that, you'll be playing Alice's Restaurant.
And and Tom, I'm sorry to have hit you so hard in the feels.
No, but I wasn't prepared. I didn't realize that you had that connection. Oh my God. Oh.
It is Alice's Restaurant. Okay. When I saw, and put it this way, when I saw the text that Alice died, I said, my children to this day insist on playing that on Thanksgiving as well, and that's in honor of their grandmother.
100%. Yeah.
Oh my God!
It's been a family tradition, and I am just so thrilled and happy, and a little sad to be able to play my mother's copy this Thanksgiving.
There you go.
It's going to be, and this is the way it should be listened to. It should be listened to on vinyl.
100% on vinyl if you can.
If you can, and if you can't, pull up the YouTube, whatever. It doesn't matter as long as you listen to it.
You can listen to. You can actually technically, if you can find a vinyl listening to copy on YouTube, so you got all the pops and scratches and everything else. So
yeah, that's the way to do it. But so my answer is yes, John.
There you go. And of course, Tom says yes. There you go.
Yeah, we can pretty much.
Thank you for that. Thank you for making me cry like a baby.
There you go. And then Rod said, don't even know who that is, so I'm gonna say no. And then he said, sad to hear.
I'm not even sure we can be friends now.
And a bittersweet indeed, but it will be nice to be able to have that memory. There you go. Absolutely. And he said, always love the vinyl, 100%.
So, Ron, do me a favor. On Thanksgiving, listen to it. I don't expect you to like it.
Seriously, how do you not know who Arlo Guthrie is?
Well, at least listen to the first 35 minutes of it.
I mean, I understand not knowing the album, but how do you not know who Arlo is? Holy fucking Moses, man!
This is Arlo is Woody Guthrie's son.
How do you not know who Arlo Guthrie is? God,
and
damn.
this is one of the folk singers.
It's like living in a wind tunnel.
Not everyone knows who everybody is. So, but Ron, if you
Sure.
if you do get a chance, listen to it. Listen to it. Give it a listen to.
Yep. And then Doug Smith, actually going back to the first question, he said, I'm fine with the day after Thanksgiving, but no way before.
Oh, the decorations. Yes, absolutely.
And he said, and then Rod said, I'm a black guy, LOL. Can't say it was he was a household name.
He's got a point there, and none of the three of us could have gone there.
That's true. And he said, never a tradition for me, but I like Arlo. I'll listen. There you go, Doug. Thank you very much.
Cheers.
All right. So that's 2 questions. So
these are supposed to be quick.
Jesus Christ.
All right, moving on. All right. This is watching. This is viewing, if you will.
With our eyeballs.
Right.
Okay.
Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade or March of the Wooden Soldiers?
Why not both?
Well, you can't.
How about neither?
But okay, there you go. Both is an acceptable answer. Neither is an acceptable answer.
All right.
There you go.
That's my answer. Neither.
The only reason that I
God, I was hoping we get to the next fucking question without a long
the only reason that I will watch the parade is just to have something on the TV while I'm cooking.
There you go.
March of the Wooden Soldiers. It's really hard to watch March of the Wooden Soldiers during Thanksgiving because I'm cooking, and I really do. I want to pay attention to it, so it gets lost on me because I'm cooking. It can be on,
right?
But I'm cooking. So to me, it could be both. It could be just a parade, or like Tom said, neither.
There you go. So we got Brian commented, and just to go back, he said, tiebreaker, no decorations before Turkey Day, Halloween, Turkey Day, and yes to Alice's Restaurant. It's on the radio. There you go.
Well, the thing is, we also listen to it on WMMR out of Philadelphia.
Oh my God, MMR. Jeez.
Yeah, remember them?
Yep. And then Rod said, don't watch either. And
are we back to the black guy thing?
Hold on.
We're back to the black guy thing. How many times are we gonna play that card? How many times are you gonna play I'm a black guy card?
And then Brian,
it's acceptable. It's acceptable because we play the white trash. I will play the white trash card up if ad infinitum.
All right. And then Brian Boak said both.
Right.
So he watches the Macy's Parade and March of the Wooden Soldiers. And you're Dave. You hit it on the nail. You hit the nail on the head, I should say. Hit the nail on the head.
He is.
And Avery has taken control.
He hit something on the head. He hit somebody's head.
There you go. So anyway, what we call it? It's on in the background. They're both at some point or another. They're both on in the background while I'm cooking and making my meat platters and whole 9 yards and everything else.
Your meat
I mean, honestly, the only thing I actually sit down and watch on a regular basis on Thanksgiving is football. Right. Yeah. So there you go. All right. And then Doug said Macy's is a yes. Brian Book said my university band will be in the parade.
Oh, nice.
For them. My high school band's been in that parade, actually.
There you go. Doug says, agree with Dave. Parade is background for cooking, 100%. We just said it. Absolutely. The only thing I do watch is my kids always come down, and this goes back to when they were little. My kids always come down, and they get here for Thanksgiving before the end of the parade. So we watch Santa together. So there you go. That's the tradition. So there you go.
And once Santa arrives, that's when you should fucking decorate.
Done. Right. Exactly. And Rod says he remembers WMMR 100%.
Two M's are with Joe during Easter is Joe Bunny Donna. Remember?
There you go. Rajay says, "I've seen the parade. LOL. No need to see it again."
No.
Yeah,
The reason you watch the parade is it's particularly windy that day to see which balloons slam into the buildings.
It's actually fun.
Yeah,
it's actually fun,
yeah.
right? And then Brian Boak said, recording the parade to blow through the commercials. That's not a bad idea.
Why would you even record the parade?
So he can get to his university's band playing the parade.
Oh, yes, that's fine.
Right.
Fine, I get that.
And then Rajay says, WMMR is what got me into AC/DC back in the day. Awesome. That's freaking great.
Yeah, that's amazing. I like that.
And he says, why watch hot air balloons when you have Congress? All right. We'll leave that alone. On that note, we'll move on to the next question.
Okay, so what he's talking about hot air, one, and two, watching C-SPAN while the parade is on. You did miss one of the options, John.
What's that?
March of the Wooden Soldiers, Macy's Day Parade, and then after Macy's Day Parade is the AKC Dog Show.
Well, the dog show's after the parade.
It's after the parade. Oh, so you're talking
concurrently.
But it's the point now where you can watch March of the Wooden Soldiers whenever the fuck you want.
Well, here's the fact of the matter, right? I'm just saying, like, of those two, if you had to watch one and
oh my God, can we get to the next fucking question?
Yeah, I agree with Tom on this. Let's move on.
Jesus
Moving
Christ!
on. Question number
Ask
4.
the next question.
All right. How much do you miss Madden handing out the turkey legs at the Lions game?
Not at all.
Yeah, no, 0.
Fair enough.
Not at all. Not at all.
Right. Fair enough. All right, moving on to question number 5.
It was cute when it happened, and it was great, awesome. But how many fucking legs can you sew onto a goddamn turkey?
6, apparently. I
Apparently,
think I saw 8 once, but
Let it go.
yeah, enough.
all right, moving on. Cranberry sauce, fresh or canned?
I make it
Okay,
myself.
so here's the thing. Fresh is always the best, but my working class upbringing, I love that can. I gotta have that can, baby.
And the thing is, I agree with you until.
Now we're back to Holly and Tijuana. So.
I'm just saying, I gotta have that can, baby.
But the thing about the can is when they made it so that you could not cut the bottom off it, so you could cleanly push it through.
Mm-hmm.
That's what.
Oh yeah, once the bottom was rounded and you couldn't cut
it off, so you could push it through. That's when it became adulterated, and that's when it lost its luster.
No, you can still push it through.
You need one of those church keys to make the puncture to get that.
Well, all you gotta do is be smart enough to hold a knife and put a puncture in it.
Or the chick, you got to puncture the end of it to get it out. And the thing is, that can.
Let's say you just put the can upside down, you puncture the bottom of the can, then you do the top of the can.
That's what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about. But the thing about that is, the jelly that comes out, the jelly version that comes out of the can is the best for the leftovers for the sandwiches out.
Yes, absolutely.
But during the meal, the fresh made, that's what I want. I want that fresh made. I get that. I really do. Right? I personally hate it, but I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I hate that stuff. It tastes like oh God. It's bitter. I hate it. There's nothing likable about that to me. But that can, that horrible can, that stuff that has all those preservatives in it, I like it.
Well,
okay.
Here's the thing. Bitter, you're right. If you don't make cranberry sauce, if you're making fresh cranberry sauce and you don't make cranberry sauce the right way, you need to use enough sugar. Okay, you need to use enough sugar.
It's a cup of sugar to a bag.
So if here's the thing, otherwise it's gonna be bitter. If you
I get it, but my wife makes this stuff that everybody else loves but me. But I can't, for some reason, it just doesn't make sense to me. But that horrible preservative laden can is gorgeous, man.
But you know what? I get this because this is. It's what you grew up with.
But no, I understand what you're saying. No, fresh is always better. I'm agreeing with you.
How I make my cranberry sauce: cranberries, obviously, bag of cranberries, cup of sugar, water. I put a little brown sugar in.
Oh, nice. Everything's better with brown sugar, baby.
All right, or orange zest.
I zest an orange.
Yeah.
Or zest,
And
right?
put some juice into. And put the juice into. All right. While it's boiling, I throw in a cinnamon stick.
Yeah, you got to do
Okay,
that.
I get that. Yeah.
Okay. And I had one more secret ingredient.
Love.
No.
True love.
Well, some people. True love. To blave. No.
To blame.
All right. One more. One more secret ingredient. All right. And we use the secret ingredient quite often on the End of Chaser podcast.
Grand Marnier?
No. No, there's
plenty.
Bitters. No. There's plenty of orange in there with the orange and the zest.
Oh, I get. No, this makes all the sense in the world. You throw some olives in there.
It's bourbon.
Oh, bourbon.
It had to be whiskey, man.
No, mine is simple. It's the bag of cranberries. It's the water. It's the sugar, and I do put orange zest, but I also throw it in some Grand Marnier.
Fair enough.
And that's
so. Well, maybe putting in a little bit of bourbon and the orange juice, not the zest. The zest is going in, but the orange juice
is like my Grand Marnier.
It's like your Grand Marnier. So
yeah. That makes sense. So here's the thing, my wife makes this incredible stuff that everybody else loves. I just, for some reason, the only thing I need is that can.
And it's a personal, but sometimes it's not even personal taste. It's that imprint. It's that nurture.
No,
as you grew up.
It's that memory, right? It's that memory.
This to me is Thanksgiving. This is what my mother served.
Yeah.
This is what was on the plate. This is what I put in my face on Thanksgiving. For me, the deviled eggs to me is that same thing.
Yeah, no, you're exactly right. The deviled eggs, the olives. I mean, it's the little things. Yeah, you're exactly right, David.
To this day, I will never forget my grandfather making his plate.
I was going to say. I'll never forget your grandfather. I'll never forget my grandfather too. I'm like, yeah.
We all do. But on Thanksgiving, him making his plate. He would put, you get your turkey, your mashed potatoes, you get your vegetables, you get this, you get the sweet potatoes, and all this, and it'd be piled up. And once he was done piling it up, right at the end, he would perch a deviled egg on top. And I also remember another Thanksgiving where I made 24 deviled eggs, and when it was time to sit down to dinner, my sister had eaten every fucking one of them.
That bitch!
Oh my God! To this day, she will never live it down because I refuse to let her live it down. No, you don't let someone live down the fact that you ate every deviled egg on Thanksgiving. And I'm sorry, I think everybody backs me on that one.
No, I do. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just a given, right there.
I agree 100%.
Okay, so
there you
go. John, you're behind on comments here.
Just to catch up on some comments, Rajay said can't have turducken without Madden. Agreed.
I kind of get that, yeah.
And then Doug Smith said Madden is missed.
He absolutely is. He is
100. Oh, he is definitely missed.
Even though I said I don't miss the turkey legs, I do miss Madden.
Right. Whatchamacallit. And then Rajay said not a cranberry sauce fan.
Personal taste, that's fine.
Doug Smith said both, love both.
Cranberries.
About the cranberries, fresh is best. I literally get both.
Yeah, I've done that.
And I do too, because I make my cranberry sauce, but my father will only eat the can. So will only eat.
Wow, at his age.
Anyway, the canned cranberry sauce.
There we go. Okay.
Anyway, where did Tom go?
Tom blacked out. He drank so much that he literally.
Well, it's not the first time. I mean, Anyway, and then Rajay said couldn't cut it off, so you couldn't push it through. We're talking cranberry sauce, not or circumcision.
Frankly, he's not wrong because trying to get
both
trying to get the cranberry sauce out of the can now cleanly is you probably do need a rabbi.
You probably do moil anyway.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, and then Rod laughed, and then he said, "Deviled eggs." Now we're talking 100%.
Oh, fuck yeah! And my grandmother passed down her deviled eggs procedure, recipe, a gestalt, whatever.
Procedure. There you go.
Procedure. How to do it, because it's the ingredients, it's the ratios, but it's also how you put it all together, how you do it, the piping, everything that you do, and then there's the accoutrement.
Accoutrement.
Tish, you spoke French. But Tom got that one. But I do different ways, because I will do paprika. I will do smoked paprika at the end as well. But also sometimes
a little smoked pap, yeah.
Smoked pap is great. But every now and then I will do some cayenne pepper as well, rather than either.
Little cayenne, yeah.
And what I love about putting cayenne on is you put that on a plate and you don't tell people, and they think it's paprika. They put it in their face, and I just love watching the reactions. That's
all right, we got 5 more. We got 5 more questions. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
When it comes to nuts on Thanksgiving,
here we go.
Holly's
which of the 3 of us? No, I'm kidding. When it comes to nuts on Thanksgiving, walnuts or hazelnuts? Of the two.
Walnuts. Definitely walnuts. Hazelnuts are what the younger generation wants us to use. They want us to succumb to hazelnuts, but it's all about the walnut.
And what do some older generation, the greatest generation people call hazelnuts?
Filberts.
They were the Filberts. And why was that name changed? Because nobody wants to eat Filberts nuts. Exactly. They'll eat hazelnuts, but they won't eat Filberts nuts.
100%.
That's why they changed the name.
Filberts
nuts. It is a conspiracy. Nobody would ever want to eat Filberts nuts.
It should probably change it to Holly's nuts.
Because Hazel has no nuts. Filbert does.
Right.
But nobody wants to eat Filbert's nuts. Yeah, back in my day, they were there.
I'm split on this question, John, because one of all of the nuts out there, all the nut meats out there.
Nut meats. He said nut meats.
Walnuts are probably. I'm not a huge fan of walnuts. I love
walnuts. Yeah.
I like the walnut flavor here and there, but actual walnuts themselves, to me, there's a dirt element to the flavor that I'm not.
I got to stop you. Are you talking about English walnuts or black walnuts?
The black walnuts that we get here commonly in the United States, where you got the nutcracker, you crack it open, and there's the divider, and you pull it out, and it's got almost a dirt element to me.
No. Hold on.
Was that the English walnut?
Yeah, typically what you're eating is English walnuts. Black walnuts are only indigenous to certain states.
They're all English walnuts. Yeah, they're
all English. So
Missouri is indigenous to black walnuts. Actually,
you mean black walnuts are indigenous to Missouri?
Yes,
Missouri grows very well at black walnuts.
Yeah, we do.
Strike that, reverse that.
Yeah.
To quote Willy Wonka, one of my favorites. And Willy Wonka is an Easter tradition. Anyway, but hazelnuts to me, I do love hazelnuts. And no offense,
you like Filbert, don't you? You want to lick Filbert.
I want to lick those Filberts so badly. But to me, hazelnuts are.
I only had a quick graphic of Dilbert. I would have thrown that up. Really.
Oh well, yeah. But there's.
Although, quick, is it just me or does Drew Carey look like a life?
Oh yeah, no, but it was meant to be. No, that was intentional.
Oh hell no! Dilbert was drawn way before Drew Carey was.
No, the other way around.
Oh, Drew Carey was made.
The Drew Carey show was meant to be Dilbert. Right. It was intentional, but for me,
yes, it really was.
Hazelnuts that's an Italian flavor to me. So there are so many elements in this country,
really? Okay.
In the Northeast, especially in the Northeast, where Thanksgiving, there's portions of Thanksgiving. John's making lasagna, where the Thanksgiving feast has an Italian American flavor to it.
Okay.
So hazelnuts are kind of appropriate to Thanksgiving in that sense. From the American point of view, walnuts should be the flavor. when it comes to my preference of flavors, I prefer the hazelnut to the walnut.
Right.
But I understand the walnut in the flavoring for fall flavors, not necessarily Thanksgiving. When it comes to Thanksgiving, though, the soup that I make,
oh my God, there we go.
The green beans that I make, I use almonds.
Almonds, yeah, we use almonds.
Almonds, yeah, I do too.
Here's the thing. I didn't mean for this to get into a nut conversation.
Everything
degrades. John, we're all nuts.
And everything degrades to nut speak.
Just between those two, walnuts or
They're
hazelnuts.
all fucking nuts.
So, Tom is walnuts. Dave is hazelnuts. And
sure.
And as if we're going on the record, my favorite nut meat, if you will, as Dave said before, I love walnuts. I love pecans.
I thought
right? I love nuts. I love nuts in general. Hello, right? Okay. However, all right.
God damn it.
However,
too many jokes.
However, hence the hello, right? However, my favorite nut meat is actually the Brazil nut.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's my favorite nut meat.
My favorite is actually
no. Hold on. It's not my favorite flavor of nut for like black walnut. You know how I am with black walnut bitters and cocktails.
Oh, yeah.
So forth and so on, and my amaretto and everything else. If I'm actually eating a nut, my favorite nut meat to eat is a Brazil nut.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah,
it's really good.
For me, it's cashews.
For me, it's walnut. Yeah,
cashews. I mean, but you know what? It's funny. I don't mean to get Dave on you all, but
no, please do.
But cashews, while a nut, it's a legume, right? But we're not.
Yeah, like a peanut. Yeah, it's a legume. Yeah,
but
cashew is
I love cashews. But cashews are more of a snack to me. I need a handful. I'm eating them like I'm just.
Dave really is a nut.
It's not a chore, right? I'm not opening up the nut to eat it.
Well, I'm going to out Dave you here because I am Dave. Whereas a cashew, you're never going to open up a cashew.
Right.
Because you're never, and the reason you're never going to open up a cashew is because the shell of a cashew is actually toxic to humans.
Exactly.
You will never find a shelled cashew.
Mm-hmm.
They're always unshelled because we're stupid and we will fucking eat anything that is put in front of us and die. So you will never be.
We're not the surface.
Yeah, there's some people I would love to give a shelled cashew.
Yeah.
There you go. Sons of bitches, but
catching up on a couple of comments.
And oh my God, this last one is fucking hilarious.
It is great. Exactly. Brian Boak said, "I grew up with canned." Talking about
humor.
Canned humor. Yeah.
We all grew up with canned humor.
Talking about cranberries.
Cranberries, yes.
My dad made and loved deviled eggs. Me, I will not touch. And then he said walnuts of the two.
Okay.
Doug Smith, walnuts. So the three of us of those two are
walnuts.
Me, Tom, you, Brian, and Doug, walnuts. Dave, hazelnuts. Rajay, I was hoping for cashews because we and those around with. I'm trying to assume what he meant by that. Around
just wasn't a walnuts person.
Around along with walnuts, it was just but it wasn't a walnut person.
Okay, he just wasn't a walnut.
Wasn't a walnuts person. Gotcha.
Got it.
Okay. He said
this I love.
But he likes nuts.
So the walnuts were segregated. Son of a bitch.
The walnuts.
There's black and there's English. So you had your wasp walnuts,
and he said, "Yeah,"
and your hip
and those ones that had those around with walnuts.
My God! What number question are we at?
But here's the thing. So
let's get to the next. Oh my God!
I know this one. There's four. Yeah, we got four more. Here we go.
You had your English walnuts, and you had your hip as fuck
7. Question 7.
All right, question 7: mashed potatoes or sweet potatoes?
Oh,
mashed potatoes, because you have to have gravy. It's all about the gravy.
Fuck to the yeah.
Thanksgiving is all about gravy.
No,
So
Dave,
if you're only going to have one or the other, it has to be real taters.
We talked about the sweet potatoes as a dessert because
I
you put
like
marshmallows, you
No,
put
I
cinnamon
sweet
sugar
potatoes,
on it,
that's
and
part
everything
of
else.
the meal, but
100%.
Well, you candy them.
I do too. No,
Either
I do.
way, it's a goddamn
I enjoy it.
dessert.
I enjoy it. I enjoy it.
I do.
But
I
yes,
enjoy them.
but yes,
But for the meal,
Thank-
I have to have
the
mash.
first
agree.
meal has to be about the gravy, baby.
yeah.
Well, that's
Doug
spoken like
Smith
the
mashed
Midwest.
100%.
Yeah.
We're all like-minded here. Mashed.
It's got to be about the gravy, baby.
And you got to remember, Tom is from the Midwest, where they have gravy fountains in the restaurants.
No, Tom is from California. Tom is from California.
But he
Let's
lives in the
get it clear.
Midwest. You live in the Midwest now.
I do, but I'm from there. But it's still about the gravy.
Oh, it's about the gravy.
It's got to be about the gravy.
Sweet potatoes with marshmallows if available. If not, then mashed potatoes would be second. There you go.
Oh my
sweet
God!
Potatoes with marshmallows.
It's like I don't even know him.
No, that's the dessert. That should
No,
be a
it's
dessert. But the thing is, I respect the casserole.
let me tell you this. On my table on Thursday, there will be both. I'll just say.
Well,
And
see,
there's
here's the
room-
thing.
and there's
If
room for
I'm
both.
doing sweet potatoes, there's not going to be marshmallows involved. It's going to be a little bit of salt, a little bit of pepper, maybe a little bit of brown sugar, but there'll be no marshmallows
But I
invading my sweet potatoes.
I respect the sweet potato casserole. The reason I respect the sweet potato casserole is because those with the sweet tooth managed to convince everybody that they could sneak a dessert into the main meal.
Mm-hmm.
And I respect that. That is a sneaky ass that's a sneaky ass prospect. And I love that they've done this. My mom made sweet potato casserole all the time because, well, she lived in a double wide. So it's just I respect it. I respect the sweet potato casserole, but it is not Thanksgiving without the mashed potatoes and gravy.
You gotta have if you're only doing one or the other, it's got to be about the potatoes.
If it's one or the other, it's the
Agreed.
But
remember,
if you're having sweet potatoes, it doesn't have to have marshmallows all the fuck over them.
It doesn't, but let's face it, with taters, you can mash them, you can boil them, you can put them in a stew. That's a nerdy Lord of the Rings reference right there. Professor
You can
Tolkien,
make them. You can put them in a stew.
you can boil them, you can mash them, you can put them in
John,
stew.
question 8.
Hang on, I'm taking my picture. My fifth.
Oh God.
And I just poured my fifth beer as well. My fifth beer is Fluffy GBS. So this is taking the Hardywood's gingerbread stout, and Lucy approves of this one, and making this a dessert stout. So they put some marshmallow flavor in this. So I'm going to have my insulin shot after this one's done.
Do what you got to do, brother.
But I've got to say one thing. Hardywood.
1,
2, 3.
Maybe 15 things.
I'm just saying.
I've been to Hardywood.
Has he ever been known to say just one thing?
Have you ever, Tom? Has John ever? This is why we have
none
a
of
podcast.
us. That's why we go 3 hours when the three of us are on here. An hour each.
But think about this. I've been to Hardywood and I've had their IPAs. Really not impressed by their IPAs. I've had their lagers. Not impressed by their lagers. Their stouts, on the other hand, this is what they're known for. And the one thing that impresses me about this is their gingerbread stout is a world-class gingerbread stout. This is something that people seek out every year. Yep. And with the fluffy one, they've added some marshmallow. They've turned this into a dessert stout. But what they've managed to do by adding this marshmallow to it, if they've managed to take a beer that was kind of ginger forward, then they sweetened it up and even made it even more ginger forward amongst that sweetness. And I have to respect that. That's
I agree.
That's doing things well.
It's doing things very well.
I can't hate this beer for what it is, because I like Tom. I am not a huge dessert stout fan. I don't like when you make a stout so fucking sweet that you really do that. You need that insulin shot. But I like that they've done it to the point where they've really enhanced a lot of the other flavors.
That's nice. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So does Lucy.
Next question.
All right. Just a couple of things. And my fifth beer here I just poured is Corsendonk Christmas. I haven't had this on the show.
There
Oh
it is.
my
That's what I
God.
mentioned. I mentioned
That
that
is
earlier.
a classic, sir.
That's where I thought you were going earlier.
Oh yeah, that's a classic, my friend.
Yeah, great. All right, I'm going to go back to. Actually, we have one comment. Do we have any comments on here?
Oh, we got a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we do. We have a few. Yeah. Brian Boak said mashed potatoes, but my wife makes sliced sweet potatoes layered with sliced apples, butter and brown sugar, cooked through and topped with baby marshmallows, toasted. That's fantastic, Brian.
It is, but here's I've had it before where instead of the baby marshmallows, pecans.
No, I've had pecans on it too, but the baby marshmallows are actually good with that particular,
But
the
if
sliced
you-
apples, the butter, and the brown sugar.
You're killing me.
I can move on. I can bring this around on the next comment here. Rod J said, "Of course, I was never a huge fan of turkey growing up. So often I had ham, which was great with the sweet potatoes and marshmallows.
he's
You're
correct.
having ham.
Marshmallow.
You're having ham, sweet
Lord
potatoes.
have mercy.
Must.
You can have sweet
Must.
potatoes without marshmallows, people. There's a way it can be done.
And then Rod J said, Hardywood, oh man, nice. He said the gingerbread stout is a banger. It is 100%.
Yeah, but now this GBS, oh my God.
Yeah, I'm going to have to get one of those. I haven't had that. I've never had that one.
So what they do is there is a variety pack right now of Hardywood out there. It's got gingerbread stout, this GBS, it's got the Christmas beer, and they have the peppermint stout in there. And John, I'm not a huge fan of peppermint, but this
I am. You are
I know
not.
you
I
are.
am.
Find this variety pack. Trust me on this. Find this variety. The peppermint stout from Hardywood is absolutely fantastic.
I'll have to do that.
It really is. And I'm not a fan of peppermint stouts. This one kicks.
All right. We have 3 more questions. Question number 8. I hesitate with this one. Because
I love it already.
Because I could see where this is going to go, and the innuendo here.
Oh, is Holly going to make another appearance?
No.
Oh,
Okay.
God, I can only hope.
All right. White meat or dark meat? There we go.
Oh, dark. Definitely dark. The closer the bone, the sweeter the meat, baby.
So I'm not going to get dirty on this one. But what I will...
Shocker.
No, I'm not. And
Dark
Tom's
meat.
usually the one
Everybody
that goes
loves
that
the
way.
thighs. They might want to say they like the breast meat, but nothing tastes better than thigh meat.
He's absolutely right. But to me, the bottom portion of the turkey, if you can find what's called the pearl, which is underneath.
I've looked for it for many years. I really have difficulty finding it.
You just got to get under the bird and do this.
I'm so sorry for Jess. But there's something called the pearl.
Yeah, it's right there. You can do this right under the bird. We're going to find her.
You pull that out, put that in your mouth, flick your tongue against it a few times there, John. We'll school you on this. And Jess,
I was kidding. All right. I know where the pearl is.
But the pearl of the thigh on any bird, for that matter. This is so with the pig, it's the cheek, but on a bird, it's that pearl, and so that is dark meat. Dark meat is the most flavorful,
100%.
And anybody who makes, cutlets need to be made with breast,
or as Baker Mayfield does it.
And you know what? I laughed my ass off when you did that because that's so Baker.
It's so damn
So Baker.
That's so fucking Baker. Remember, I'm a Sooners fan, so I'm used to him being such a fucking asshole.
Right.
And I love it when he is an asshole. But
What kind of fan are you?
anything that I make
Sooner than later. More sooner than later.
Oklahoma Sooners, yes.
Yeah. Now I feel bad for you.
Don't. We've won a couple championships, but
Not in a while.
A couple.
not recently.
Right.
But what the fuck are we talking about?
Dark meat and white meat.
Nobody knows anymore, Dave.
No, but when it comes to chicken thighs, almost anything I make is made with chicken thighs, rather than chicken breasts, other than cutlets.
It's all about the dark meat, baby.
All right, let me get into, first of all, just on the record, I'm dark meat. Right? I will eat white meat. I'll have plenty of white meat, but the dark meat's where the shit is.
The
Right?
flavor is always in the dark meat.
And the thing is, if that's where the shit is, then you're in the dark meat.
That's the shit. That's the shit. That's the shit. All right. Anyway, Rod J says dark meat, although for a time I will hold the jokes. For a time I'll hold the jokes.
Why would you? We don't, Rod. Why would you?
Brian said
We're not holding back.
Brian said dark and juicy versus white and dry, 100%.
There's so many jokes there.
He calls it the oyster.
He's absolutely right.
Not the pearl, it's the oyster.
It's
the oyster. Yeah, it's the pearl.
Yeah. Everyone who's not 5 beers in calls it the oyster.
It's the oyster. Yeah, it's the oyster. Yeah. And then Rod J said dark meat, although same. He just commented. He did the same thing. Okay. Please don't hold the jokes. There you go.
Don't hold the jokes.
There you go. And Doug said, I like both white and dark. And Brian is right. It's called the oyster, not the pearl.
That's because I'm 5 beers. I'm 5 beers in. I'm 5
the
high.
Oyster, baby. Beers.
100%. So there you go. All right. Question number 9. Of the two, there's many, many others. But of the two, apple pie or pumpkin pie? On Thanksgiving.
Pumpkin. Definitely pumpkin.
Apple.
No. So here's the thing. I love pumpkin pie. I do. But if we're talking just Thanksgiving, it has to be about the pumpkin.
Specifically on Thursday. Thanksgiving. Which one?
Thanksgiving is pumpkin. I love apple pie. I do. But it's a supporting cast. Right. The star is pumpkin pie.
It's different. I mean, my favorite pie is blueberry pie, but I'm not having blueberry pie on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, no. See,
I'm having blueberry pie on 4th of July.
My favorite pie is blueberry pie, just like you. But on Thanksgiving, it's got to be pumpkin.
Yeah. My favorite pie is
Shut up.
Because I just like
pie.
Nobody
cares.
I love pie.
Who doesn't love pie?
All right, here we go. Let's say it for him, Tom. 3.14, 3.14, 3.14, 3.14.
3.14. Come on, Dave.
I'll make it better for you. Here, Dave. There you go.
There it is. I'm going to go with apple here. And the thing is, and I've said this before, and I get this, and I'm actually gonna argue against myself here.
No shit. That's never happened before.
I do it all the time. You know this. Pumpkin pie is very decidedly an American thing, and Thanksgiving is an American holiday. So I get where pumpkin pie belongs.
Sure.
In that, for me, there's not enough whipped cream to disguise the flavor of a pumpkin pie. See, Lucy agrees with me here.
You haven't seen the way I've whipped cream.
You got to whip cream the fuck out of that thing.
Oh no! I put so much whipped cream on a pumpkin pie, you can no longer see the pie.
And that's the way to do it. I am so with you on this one. I will eat pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving. It's the only time I will actually eat pumpkin pie.
But no, Dave, if you're asking me what I prefer, absolutely an apple. On Thanksgiving, it's got to be a pumpkin.
But here's what I'm saying to actually argue against myself is that there's so many other cultures that have something that's equivalent to a pumpkin pie, whereas to an apple pie. That pumpkin pie is decidedly American. Thanksgiving is an American holiday, and pumpkin pie absolutely 100% fucking belongs on Thanksgiving. I do have to have pumpkin pie on Thanksgiving, but I also need that apple pie.
No, I get that too. Yeah, I love it. Yeah. I want to have an apple pie on Thanksgiving as well, but I do feel that pumpkin pie is a must.
But if you're going to ask me which one am I going to pull a slice of, if I can only have one slice, there's a pumpkin pie and apple pie sitting in front of me. I don't care what day of the week it is, day of the year, doesn't matter. I will pull the slice of apple pie before I pull a slice of pumpkin pie.
No, if that is the question, yes, I agree with you. But that wasn't Johnny's question.
On Thanksgiving.
Even on Thanksgiving. If I can only have one slice, it's the apple.
No, I got to go pumpkin.
You want my answer?
Both.
Both.
Yeah, and I agree with you.
You know why? Because I have a piece of each. At least a piece of each on Thanksgiving.
And I agree with you 100%. But that's not the way you phrased it.
If that's available.
You said
that wasn't the question, was it? The question was one or the other.
If I had to have one or the other, and I could only have one, it's pumpkin on Thanksgiving. Any
On
other day of the
Thanksgiving.
year? Any other day of the year, it's apple.
That is the question. If it's only on Thanksgiving,
Mm.
now the
If it's
next
only on
day I'm
Thanksgiving-
having that apple, and not only am I having a piece of apple pie, I'm eating the whole damn pie. I'm killing it.
Well-
He's right. Right. If I have a choice, if an apple pie and a pumpkin pie are both available to me on Thanksgiving,
Mhm.
I've said it before. The only time I eat pumpkin pie is on Thanksgiving. Yes, it belongs on Thanksgiving.
I
will
agree
never
with that,
deny
yeah.
that. But if you make me choose between the apple pie sitting in front of me and the pumpkin pie sitting in front of me, I'm taking a slice of the fucking apple pie.
Yeah, there you go.
Don't you dare get on that fucking.
Hold on. Hello. I'm going to throw this out there just as a kind of aside.
Oh, you're going to throw a kink. You're going to throw a wrench into this.
I'm going to throw a wrench in the works. Mincemeat, pecan pie, anything?
Pecan.
Do any of those? Do any of those?
They both
trump?
suck. I'm having my piece of pumpkin. I'm having the apple.
That's not the question, Tom.
Kiss my ass.
No. It is the question. I said, do either of those trump? And I hate to say
No.
Do either of those?
None of them trump apple.
None of them
Can
trump
we get
apple.
to
None of
the
them trump
next
pumpkin.
question?
None of them
All
trump
right,
apple.
there you go. Okay,
None of them trump apple.
here we go.
I thought you were saying the difference between mincemeat and pecan. I'll take pecan over mincemeat every day.
Oh no, I will too. Pecan over mincemeat. Doug Smith said pumpkin. Pumpkin is a must on Thanksgiving. Rod J said pumpkin with Cool Whip, all the sweet potatoes there as well. We're going back to sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato and pumpkin.
I don't even know you, Rod J. You got to have real whipped cream.
Sweet potato and pumpkin are very much the same.
They're very close. I mean, they're both yams. They're both.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Yeah. Brian Boak said apple with vanilla ice cream.
Brian wins. Yeah.
There you go. For you, Brian wins.
Yeah, for me.
Rod says apple pie is totally American though, as well. So it's a preference. And he said, we used to have pies and cakes when my grandmother ran the feast. And then Doug said mincemeat is the greatest pie ever made. I do have to agree with him.
Depends on who's making it.
Depends on how it's made. That's the thing.
Mincemeat is one of the most misunderstood pies in
100%.
And it is a very much an American pie.
Mm-hmm.
Apple pie is an American.
Well, it's an English pie, but that's
it's English, but we've adapted it. Apple pie, calling apple pie American is just the apple pie, baseball, all that thing. But so many countries make some version of an apple pie. So
all right. Question 10. After food and dessert, either
Sleep.
with
nap,
either with dessert or after dessert, either or.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you stick with beer or do you switch to bourbon? Of the two,
I'm definitely going to bourbon. Yeah,
bourbon.
Because
at this point I've had so much beer, my judgment is so damn gone that I'm going to go to spirits. And
it's not only just that; is that you're full. You don't want any more. You don't want anything else to fill you up.
That's a great point right there.
You're gonna have 100%. A nice drink. You'll pour yourself a bourbon, a whiskey, something. Yeah,
100%. I said this last week, Dave, when I were on the other show, last week's show. I said. Whatchamacallit?
Something.
I said something. I don't know where.
He said something.
It was full of wisdom, and it's now lost.
It sounded important at the time.
Exactly. Whatchamacallit? Drink. Oh yeah, that's where I was going. I always switch to bourbon after dessert. With dessert and on. I may have a digestif or an aperitif or a liqueur, whatever you want to call it, with dessert. I'm once I'm done eating, or I can't even say once I'm done eating because there's space between food and dessert, right? There's time in there. I have a couple other beers, but
I have no idea what the fuck you're saying right now.
No, there's space in between food and dessert.
Oh, time.
It's not time. Yeah, there's time. Yeah. So I'll have a couple of the beers, but once dessert hits, I will probably have a liqueur or something like that. And then once dessert's done, it's all about the bourbon. That's it. There's no more beer. Once dessert hits, there's no more beer. and we were talking about that last week anyway.
So in prior years, I would have disagreed with you, but this year, my company for the first year ever has decided to give us the day after Thanksgiving off with pay.
Mhm.
So yes, dessert.
They did. That's very nice.
Oh yes. So back to Bernard Arnault, who we lovingly call BA, has decided to pay us for the day after Thanksgiving.
Good thing his last name didn't start with O.
Very good, very good. But yeah, so now knowing that, I don't have to work the next day.
That's nice. I'm very happy for you, man.
It will definitely turn.
You have to drink. You have to drink a black IPA the next day. That's the thing.
We'll see if we get some before that. But because the dinner is the prep up to dinner is all about beer. Dinner will be about wine. I've got a bunch of rosés that I will drink for that, and these are the dry rosés, not that sweet ass cotton candy shit that a lot of people drink. And then we'll probably I'll switch back to beer, and then
Mr. Dave, I'm sure you don't want to tell me on camera who you work for. Will you tell me off camera?
I thought you knew who I work for.
I don't.
I will tell you off camera when we do.
I think we're alone now. There doesn't seem to be anyone around.
But they made this, by the way.
Oh, okay.
He works for Tommy James and the Shondells.
I do. I've been their bitch since
I'm very
68.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, couple of catching up things here. Rod J said, "I feel like mincemeat is how you end up with fruitcake." 100%. Brian Boak said, "He's not wrong." No, he's not. Brian Boak said, "High gravity beer." Doug said, "Coffee, then beer, then booze." There you go.
How about just put the booze in the coffee? What
there
the hell's wrong with you? Yeah.
Rod J says both. If beer is there, I keep it going. But if bourbon pops up, I will pour that too. I'm not limiting my options. There you go. Good job.
I can respect that shit.
I will pair beer with dessert as well. I've done it plenty of times, but I usually just switch up. I kind of segue from my beer into my bourbon by having a liqueur.
Yeah.
That's
how I do it. On Thanksgiving anyway.
Let me riff off that for a second and promote a show that's coming up in February.
Mm-hmm.
Valentine's Day is all about chocolate.
Mm-hmm.
And pairing beer and chocolate is something that's special if it can be done right. And some of the best chocolate out there is Belgian. Some of the best beer out there is Belgian. Being able to pair the two is something else. And a couple of weeks prior to Valentine's Day, we're going to do a show where we will be pairing beers with chocolate, and we will be doing it with a Belgian chocolatier. So this is a show that you should not miss. I definitely need to order some of these chocolates because they do some Santa chocolates as well. So I'll definitely get some for Christmas to get a sample of what this gentleman is doing. But he's agreed to come on the show prior to Valentine's Day to do these pairings. So
Sure.
Yes, pairing beer and desserts, especially chocolate. This is a thing. And don't get me wrong, this Belgian chocolatier is very much into American craft beer.
There you go. And Doug just said, "What weed do you smoke after turkey?"
I smoke dandelions.
And I gotta be honest with you. Here, I just pulled it out because I'm probably gonna go outside in a little while. I have a cigar after, so I mean it's a weed of sorts, it's a tobacco weed. So there you go.
2.5 hours, guys. Can we get to the last question?
That was the last question. We're done. There you go.
Tom's lost his ability to count, so we do need to end the show.
Look, we're not going to do a top three tonight, but I'm going to mention. I'm just going to look at last year's top three and see if there's any differences. Okay, last year's top threes for top three favorite holiday beers. Last year was version 4. This is version 5. Mine was my honorable mention was Nishouf from Lashouf. My number 3 was Old Fezziwig. My number 2 was Corson Dawn Christmas Ale. My number 1 was, I'm going to go over all of ours. My number 1 was Scaldis Noel. I am probably going to.
So what did you drink for this year, John?
How is Celebration not on that list?
Celebrate. I took Celebration off last year because I had it like for 4 years straight. I had it on. So, in fact, if I recall, I said Sans Celebration. These are my top 3 with an honorable mention.
He did. So, what
Celebration is going to be my number 1 no matter what. But I will
always leave it there. Don't ever hide that.
Yeah, I will keep Scaldis Noel my number 1. I will move Corson Donk to my honorable mention. I will take Niche Shoof off for this year, and I will leave Old Fezziwig for number 3, and I will make Avery Old Jubilation my number 2. That's what I will do for this one.
But you're eliminating Celebration for no reason whatsoever.
No, I'm eliminating Celebration because it would be my number 1 if it weren't my number 1. So
it should be your number 1.
It's my number 1.
Oh my god!
Don't cower the fuck out. It's
there
your number 1.
Fair enough. There you go.
All right, Dave. What's your top 3?
Tom's was
his number 3. His honorable mention was Niche Shoof. All of our honorable mentions were Niche Shoof for some reason. His number 3 was Zari Knight.
Of course.
His number 2 was Mother's Matafamilia.
Of course.
And his number 1 was Evolution Barley Wine from Banter Brewing. Okay. Are those yours, Tom? You keep staying with
from
them?
Last year, yeah.
All right.
You want to hear changes for this year?
Yes.
So, Mad Elf, that thing was genius, man. I don't know what you guys are talking about. This beer is brilliant. That was, oh my God. Mm-hmm. This thing is crazy good. Number 1. Number 2.
Really?
That's number 1.
Number 2, Jackie O's Brick Hill. Oh my God. Number 3. Well, number 3, I got to go local at some point. Survivor Spirit, Banner Brewing.
So everything you drank on the show supplanted everything from last year from your list.
Yes.
Oh, nice. Get off the bed.
You know why, Dave? Because I have a mind and can change it upon occasion.
I love that.
What was the name of the Jackie O's you had this year?
Oh no, the Brick Kiln. Oh my God, this
Brick Kiln.
Oh my God, this thing is genius.
There you go. And your number 3 was what? I'm sorry.
Well, I had to go local for 1. Survivor Spirit, Banner Brewing.
Survivor Spirit.
Imperial Stout, aged in a Blue Note barrel.
Very good. Banter Brewing.
Delicious.
It sounds, yeah, exactly.
No, I've got one for you guys. I'm going to send your way. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Need that.
Works for me. All right, Dave.
What were my 3, John?
I'm about to tell you. Your hold on, I just got to get this Mad Elf here.
I think Dave's having an orgasm over there.
Dave, your number 3, your honorable mention obviously was Nishu. Your number 3 was Harpoon Winter Warmer.
Right.
Your number 2 was Bell's Christmas Ale.
Okay.
And your number 1 was Sierra Nevada Celebration.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's probably all wrong.
That's probably wrong.
That's what you said last year.
So. That's what you said, man.
I may have been drunk. Because how is Christmas Bomb not my number?
No, you probably were.
Christmas Bomb. I thought every year Christmas Bomb was my number 1. I think John was too drunk and probably mistyped.
Oh hell no! I definitely
no.
But Christmas Bomb was when
I was there.
My list has what I thought was my constant list. Has definitely changed. Alpha Claus is really snuck up into my number 2 in a very strong way. That is just an amazing fucking beer. What Three Floyds does.
Is that your number 3?
No, that's my number 2.
What's your number 2? What was your number 3?
My number 3 is. I still got to put Anchor in number 3. There's a nostalgia there. There is that lasting quality that you can sit something for over 10 years and it comes back, and it's still something really fucking enjoyable. I've got to explore the Hardywoods a little bit more. They've got a really strong offering. I was really impressed by the peppermint stout. Stop nipping. Their peppermint stout. They really managed to incorporate the peppermint into that stout so beautifully that's got to be my honorable mention this year.
All right.
Okay. And your number 1?
I told you, Christmas. Ow!
Christmas.
No.
Christmas owl.
Somebody bit Dave's nuts.
You're not wrong. Holy fuck! Get over there. What is wrong with you? Those are off limits. We just lost Tom.
We did.
She really did just nip my nuts.
Nip your nuts. There you go.
Nip my nuts.
But I got your honorable mention is peppermint stuff from Hardywood.
Yep.
I got your number 3 is Christmas Ale from Anchor.
Yep.
I got your number 2 is Alpha Claus from Three Floyds.
Number 1's Christmas Bomb.
Oh, Christmas Bomb. Yeah, of course. Christmas Bomb.
You want to be thrown out the fucking window. You nip my nuts again. You are taking.
Are you talking to me or your dog? Because I'm not sure which. So.
Did I throw you out the window last time you nipped my nuts?
No, you didn't. You were actually fine with it. So,
yeah, her teeth are a little sharper.
are they? Is Tom coming back on? I want to know.
I want to know.
There you go.
What's your feeling?
I'm not sure. Let's see. I got a couple of comments to catch up on. If Tom doesn't come back on, we'll end the show anyway. Which we call it. What we do. Rod J said, haha, weed or just pop a couple of gummies. There you go.
Yeah, I prefer the gummies only because we're not smoke in the building.
Exactly. Bruguru is about to come on for the next 2 hours.
That'd be hilarious.
Exactly.
And disastrous at the same time.
Rod J's are Guten Carolus Noel. That's a fantastic
beer. Yes,
that has been my number 1 in years past. It's a fantastic beer.
You're going to get your ass kicked.
Thirsty 12 Dogs of Christmas Ale, and
I've never had that one.
Artist.
St. Bernardus is a solid goddamn pick. I'll tell you that.
100%. And then he mentioned honorable mention Great Lakes barrel aged Christmas.
Oh, the barrel aged. I've never had the barrel aged.
I have. It's fantastic.
Rod J, if you I do have some Great Lakes Christmas ale. It's sitting over there. It will make a showing on Wednesday of next week for me.
There you go.
Stop with the teeth.
There you go. Brian said, John is removing your number 1, like removing Stairway to Heaven. There you go. Remove is
because it's just such a fucking given.
It's a given that Christmas Ale,
Christmas Bomb,
celebration, not Christmas Bomb.
Oh,
Celebration.
Yours. Yes.
Celebration Ale is my number 1. So other than that, there you go.
I get exactly what he's saying.
Right. Roger says, Doggy wanted a walnut. Ha ha ha.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
Doggy is a
Doug
big
Smith said,
trouble.
I think Tom just passed out. It was probably close. There
possible.
You go.
And
then Roger said, Christmas Great Lakes Christmas Ale base is still solid. 100% it is. It is.
And this puppy, because of that nip of the nuts, when we're off camera and Peter's not watching.
There you go.
Kidding.
There you go. All right. I don't know about you, but I think we're good for today. What do you think?
I think you get watch.
You think you think you get her? Is that what you think?
That's what I think.
Anyway.
I'm thinking that this puppy's mouth is going to be sewn shut after this show's over.
All right. On that note, we will wrap up the show. Well,
hold on. Hey, Peter, kidding.
Right. Rod said, "Great live stream, guys." I actually said Greta live stream, guys. But I know.
Oh, Greta's Holly's sister.
Greta is Holly's sister. Great live stream, guys. Rod, thank you, and definitely you gotta get part of this, and we got to get on your Thursday night too. I'll talk to you. I'll message you later, and we got to talk about a couple things, and we'll figure out when you're coming on. But on that note, folks, our holiday beer show. We will wrap up the show for today. We want to thank everybody for watching, and for those of you just listening to the audio podcast while Dave is playing with his dog, thank you for listening. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lagerum.com. That's LAGERROM.com. And please remember, like us and follow us on all of our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course our YouTube channel. All of them are at The Lager Room. Remember, we go live with a video podcast on Facebook, YouTube, X, and Twitch every Tuesday night around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. It was a little later tonight. We were moving some things around because a couple people couldn't come on. And for those of you who just want to listen to the audio podcast, you can do so on our audio host, Spreaker, as well as iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, Audible, Google Podcast, Amazon Music Podcast, TuneIn, Podcast Addict, CastBox, Deezer, Podchaser, Listen Notes. Pretty much anywhere you can find an audio podcast, you will find the Lager Room Guys Craft Beer Podcast. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to one or more of those feeds and you will never miss a show. Again, thanks for following along with us. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful weekend. Brian Boak just said, Happy Thanksgiving. Doug Smith said, Happy Turkey to all.
And that was his dog for Happy Thanksgiving.
Hold on. Rod J said, have a great Thanksgiving. Damn, type tonight. There he goes. Sure thing. There you go. And he said cheers. There you go. But anyway, have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful Thanksgiving. Have a happy, healthy, eat a lot of food, drink a lot of beer, drink a lot of bourbon, whatever you can do. But eat responsibly and drink responsibly. And we will talk to you next week, folks. Take care. Cheers.
Bye, everyone.